Hello? Hi? I think...
Hello, hello.
Is this working? Is this a thing now?
See you in a minute.
It looks like a thing.
Is Does it look like thing? Okay. It looks like thing. Hi! Welcome, people. Well, welcome to episode 18 of Tiburion. Crazy. Yeah, so a couple of quick things before we start. Sorry, I'm just trying to get everything sorted. We do have a couple of people who happened to follow us during the week, which is amazing. So let me just get up those names. Okay, yeah, so we got Froggy Top, welcome, and Pheolin. I think I said that right. Guys, welcome to the Hollow. Thanks for following us. This is awesome. And if you're
I know Froggy Top.
Haven't followed us yet, make sure you follow us so you get notified when we go live each week. And if you also want to subscribe because you're awesome, consider subscribing too. We have some stretch goals, and as soon as we get 30 subscribers, Hamish or Callum's going to be running a special one shot for us. And yeah, we remember that. And at 50 subscribers, we're doing an awesome giveaway. So go ahead and subscribe. Booyah! We also have merch. We have these awesome notebooks, Goblin's Hollow notebooks, and we have a lot of stickers with Squibs, who are our channel mascots, and other cool things on our Redbubble, which you can find if you scroll down on Twitch. You can find there. They're pretty cool. You should definitely check those out. Yeah. So who have you got in the chat? Eldritch, hi. Kit Kat, hey girl. Didra, welcome. Hope everyone's doing well. Shiny,
good evening.
Hi, welcome. So yes, I hope everyone's had a great week. And hope
it's Tuesday, but
yeah. Since last week. It's been a week since we've been here last.
That's a good point.
Okay. Hi, Caleb. Shout out to Caleb.
Hi.
Asked for a shout out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all of the things I have to say. So I'm going to stop rambling and go to intro. Yeah. Woo! So, yes, welcome back, everyone. So last we left off, the group made it to Red Brick, where they were investigating a set of grave robberies. And they waited inside some of the graves for the grave robbers to come back. Just trying to turn the music up a little bit. For the grave robbers to come back, and they did see someone who was, what they could tell, was a rogue. They fought and almost lost someone, but they did manage to not die. And when the rogue woke up, transported them to a pocket dimension, which they were told some very scary information, that a great evil was going to be taken over, and it was on their heads to figure out what this is and defeat it before it takes over the world and destroys everything they've ever known and loved. Everything there would be, everything that has been, beyond their imaginations. And with that dread placed into their hearts by what were called Mistwalkers, Shifters, or Planewalkers, they go by many names, they headed back to Red Brick after having a long rest and some great food. And it was the morning. They chilled, did whatever they wanted to do, had a drinking game in the evening, and then went to bed. With a plan that, if I remember correctly, Skysis was going to be put in the graveyard to watch, and was going to come and alert you guys if there was any movement or anything like that. So that is where we start. It is the morning, and you all wake up. Anybody hear static in the background? around, or is that just me?
Yeah, I can, yeah.
Okay, not just me.
Don't know where it's coming from.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so we start with you guys waking up the next morning. Law and a couple of the others probably slightly hungover from the drinking game the night before after getting very, very drunk.
Oh, yeah.
And as you all clamber downstairs, some of you more hungover than the others, to go and get some breakfast. What would you guys like to do?
Is Law down here yet?
Law, you
Because
got
Law is going to be absolutely hanging.
Yeah, she is coming down the stairs very slowly. She's not as put together as she usually is, so she's in like a vest and some shorts. She's not wearing her usual shirt, and she somehow acquired a cloak. This cloak doesn't belong to her. She's obviously just found it, and it's currently being like pulled over her eyes as like to shade her from the light. She's not feeling great.
Amazing. Hamish is already down there having his breakfast just ready, chipper as if nothing had ever happened the night before. In fact, he's already on his another drink in the morning. He's already having a whiskey to start the day. But like an absolute wild thing. But yeah, he's just like, morning, Law. Good to see you again. How you feeling?
She kind of ignores him and walks straight to the bar and asks
What you need is a good toot of the bagpipe. Really, really loud.
She's gonna turn and look at you dead in the eye. Hamish, if you don't cut it out, I will make you.
Oh, someone's hungry. Go on, fill your belly, and then we'll get the day started. Are you going to be up for it today? We've got a big day ahead of us.
I will be fine, thank you. She's going to turn back to the barmaid and ask for a really big pitcher of water and like a bit of bread.
Okay, so the barmaid is not Lyra. This time the barmaid she's quite short, probably about 5'3", 5'2", quite a chubby woman, and she's got really bushy brown hair, almost afro-esque, big sort of doe brown eyes. Water? Yeah, I can get you some water. Anything else? Any food for the morning?
Bread, please.
Oh, yes. Take a seat. I'll bring it over to you right now.
Thank you.
And you can hear her like tipper-tapper out, clashing and banging as she sort of bumps into the doors and the walls. Pots clanging together out the back. After about 5 minutes, she comes back out with a metal jug of water as she just very haphazardly and heavy-handedly onto the table as water sort of splurts out over the edge and gives you guys a couple of glasses for the water, and then puts down just a wooden plate on the table with a piece of bread and butter on it. There we go, lovely.
Thank you.
You call that a breakfast, Law? My word.
Law's gonna take the full pitcher jug and just start chugging straight from the jug itself.
Well, that's one way that you get hiccups. Please slow down. I don't want to be cleaning up from. Okay. Okay. And she sort of turns and tip-tappers away back behind the bar.
We're going to have to make a few pee stops on the way then, Law, aren't we? You better not slow us down today.
As far as I'm aware, Hamish, we're not going anywhere as we have things to do here.
Or what would that be?
Well, we still haven't solved the grave robbing thing yet.
Oh, we're still doing that? Oh, God. I thought we'd done that already. Didn't we decide that it was a squirrel?
No, there are no squirrels in this part of the world.
Oh, God. We got bigger things at play here. Tell me that crazy thing in that fancy cafe in Dream Cafe was not a dream. Tell me that was real.
It was not a dream, it was real. But we still have other things to do first. And And unless you have some magical information as to where we have to go to deal with that, then we might as well stay here and fix the grave robbing and get the 500 gold pieces or whatever it was.
No, I do like the sound of that. Right, gold first, then save the world. Aye, gotcha.
Yes.
Okay, what are the rest of you doing? Are you guys coming down, or are you just having a morning in your rooms?
West is pretty sore, so he'll stay in his room and kind of like rubbing
Excuse me?
himself. That sounds
Doing
it.
what?
Rubbing out
with
like the
himself?
massages. Yeah, I realised
He's rubbing
how
himself
awful
in his
that
room.
sounds. He's going to be like massaging.
After hearing that,
He's
I'll
going to
go
be
downstairs.
massaging out all like the massaging out all the work that he did yesterday to help people.
How thin are the walls in this place? Because if I hear that, I'm going downstairs.
I mean, they're pretty thin. It's not a pretty poor area. The walls aren't thick.
I'll just go downstairs and just be quiet. And just not with it.
Okay.
You look a
Go
bit
down.
spooked, Vorrel.
Just lots going on in my head.
Come and sit down next to Uncle Hamish. We'll have a nice bit of breakfast together. Do you know where Oberon and Wester are?
I haven't seen Oberon, and I don't know where Wester is.
God.
I may be lying, but he's upstairs and making strange noises, but I don't know why.
Oh no. Okay.
It sounded like he's been attacked by one of those squirrels.
Oh no. Oh dear.
And you're
Get
not
to
my
the bottom of
uncle,
that.
Hamish.
Well, I feel like an uncle sometimes, you know, I look out for you all. You know, where would you be without Hamish protecting you all, eh?
I'd be dead.
I
Twice.
don't even know if... Well, to be honest, I think it was you who rugby tackled me in the sewer and nearly killed me.
I can
So-
neither confirm or deny such allegations as I wasn't there.
Well, that doesn't really add up. But okay.
Okay. Oberon, what are you doing?
Oberon's just in his room, and he's just he's got the dagger out, and he's like looking it over, contemplating and stuff. Quite,
Oh, you
quite.
suspicious.
He's quite
The daggers out, I mean,
anxious.
seriously.
Suddenly, at the end of your bed,
Wester appears.
your patron appears. Oberon, I'm getting irritated from waiting for you.
I understand. I'm trying to get to you as quickly as possible.
What's the hold up?
Some loose ends that needs to be tidied up first.
Well, don't leave me waiting for too much longer. I would hate to
Fine.
know what happens to your precious partner if you leave it too much longer.
Oberon pales like that. He just he goes really quiet, very fearful.
He stands up and sort of walks over to you, puts a hand on your shoulder and squeezes slightly, and you've seen your patron quite a few times, and he never seems almost physical or real. He seems more of an illusion, or maybe in your head, so you didn't know what you would feel when he did this, but there is a physical hand there. You feel the pressure on your shoulder. Well, don't leave it too much longer. And the pressure subsides, the hand disappears, and you are sat alone with the dagger, glinting in the morning rays of the sun.
He just stays sitting there, kind of
Okay.
in shock and stuff.
you guys doing?
Laura's gonna get up and go knock on Wester's door upstairs.
There is a very, very odd noise, like somewhat groaning, but it's not quite. It's more like pain. It's like, like stretching out.
Laura's
Then
just gonna open the door and walk in.
Yeah. Wester's got like his he's got his little massage ball out. It's got like spikes. He's like rolling on it on his side.
Are you all right, Wester? Do you need a hand?
No,
You got
I'm fine.
fucking
I'm just
disgusting.
a little bit sore. I'm fine now. Thanks.
Okay. Do you mind if I have a quick word? There was something I wanted to talk to you about.
Sure.
And she sort of shuts the door behind her.
Wester's still rolling out on his ball. Let me say, still rolling out.
See a little tiny little halfling doing that. Maybe a deep conversation.
Yeah, I'm trying to have a serious conversation.
So, you know that thing that happened with the weird cafe place and the lady and you know what I'm on about?
Yeah.
I don't know what she said to you, but that whole thing kind of spooked me a little bit, because basically she was like, we've got to start trusting each other, and I'm not sure everyone else trusts us at the moment, and I don't know whether it's worth us talking to them about it and seeing if there's anything we can do to get them to trust us a little bit more, or whether... I don't know, what do you think?
I mean, we haven't given them a reason to distrust us. We've been very much ourselves. So, I don't think we need to do anything. If they've got issues, why do we need to take them on? It's just for them. We'll just keep being you.
You heard what the lady said, we have to work together, right? And so, like, if they're hiding things from us... I don't know.
Let's think. We got transported to a space cafe. Maybe we're looking a little bit too deep into things. Maybe it was just a dream. You were pretty drunk.
I mean, it happened before we started drinking, and we all had exactly the same dream, and... I mean, I'm no expert, but I don't think that's how dreams work.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we can keep an eye on them, but let's not hide the fact that we think there's something going wrong. The best way to speak to them.
That's what I'm
seem
saying.
Pretty cool. Yeah, they all
Why
seem
don't-
pretty cool.
Why don't we ask them what's going on? And why they're hiding stuff?
We need to do it at a point where they can't escape. To like, oh, let me get another drink, like, while we're waiting. We need to do it there.
Okay, what do you suggest then?
I'll be honest, you're the really, really smart one. I'm just a muscle. So, whatever you do, you have my back. I'll have your back.
Thank you, I really appreciate that. I mean, I'm not even sure where we're meant to go after this whole grave robbing thing, so maybe we could ask them what the plan is after that and then go from there.
Oh, well, wherever the wind blows us. You don't have to have a path, just follow wherever the stars lead.
Okay.
Also, the woman told me to protect them, and that my religion will be their shield. So, yeah, I wouldn't worry.
Okay. That's very sweet. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
You just need to go make sure that that bar lady's okay. I can't remember her name, the one who you went on a date with. Oh, just make sure she's
Lyra.
okay. Yeah, make sure she's okay.
As far as I'm aware, she's fine. I mean, I could go knock her door, but
Yeah,
I don't think we're quite that close.
well, you know, it'd be nice for you to go check. You know, caring's in the thought, not the act.
I'll take your advice. I'll go check on her in a minute.
Good idea. Now, I'm gonna finish rolling out, and I'll meet you later on. Oh,
Okay, have fun. And Lord just leaves.
I won't.
So at roughly this point, Oberon, your patron would have just disappeared as Laws is leaving Wester's room. Just to give you guys a thing of where you are. Yeah, are you guys doing anything else this morning?
What's the plan?
Probably
What are we doing? Are we
Yeah.
doing this grave thing still? Have we got a bigger plan, or what's the
Well,
idea?
let's get our gold before we go anywhere else, Fuddle. I want that gold. Law, exactly, yeah. Law says that we get paid because we haven't done it yet. Apparently, we still need to do something before we get paid.
But I thought we found the guy because he fought us.
I thought so too, Fuddle. But apparently, that wasn't good enough.
Oh, because he wasn't the grave robber. He was just some weirdo who took us on a trip with some leaves.
My thoughts exactly, Fuddle. You and I, kindred spirits, you know.
So we've still got
exactly
to
the same.
find the schmuck who's stealing the bodies.
The schmuck, aye. That's what we need to find. A good schmuck.
A schmuck.
My
Okay.
thoughts exactly.
How do we trap a schmuck?
Well, do you know what? I'm not. Maybe we could go to the store and see if they've got any schmuck traps there.
Like
I'm
a
not
schmuck,
sure.
a schmuck cage. If they
schmuck
walk over
cage.
the thing, it would just drop down on top of them and we can catch them like
Aye.
a rat. Those rats are really intelligent though, and they're dragons, so let's not even go down that route.
Yeah. Yes, your words sometimes confuse me, Voral, but I know what you mean. I know what you mean by rat dragons. Okay. Well, let's wait for the others to come down. I'm
And then we
sure.
need to do up a strategy on catching the person, because it didn't work very well last time.
I know. I don't know where to start. Let's ask. We'll wait till Laura comes back down, and we'll. She seems to be the smart one here, other than you, Voral, of course.
No! Just shout out really loud.
Okay, Lord, what are you doing?
I assume I hear the shouting.
Yeah, are you going over to Lyra or are you heading back downstairs?
No, I'll head back downstairs.
Okay, yeah, you head back downstairs
Oh!
and you see Varel sat in the chair opposite Hamish, just shouting up at the ceiling for you.
Everything all right, Voral?
No! Oh, hello. Yeah, we needed to get your attention.
You have it?
Oh, we need a plan to catch
Yes.
the grave robber. That's as much as we've came up with. Me and Hamish have been talking at length, and we've came up with the idea that we need a plan. So we're planning to make a plan.
That is
Aye.
very clever. Well done. Any further? Or just that?
Well, the first idea was to get you down here, and then we can make the plan.
I see. And do we not want maybe Oberon down here as well?
I haven't seen Oberon. I thought he was still
You
asleep.
haven't seen Oberon?
Oh,
I just checked on Wester. He's
is he alright?
he's all right. Yeah, he's a little achy from working in the fields yesterday. So
Ache? That's not what I heard, Hamish.
Well, did you hear, Voral?
Lots of strange things, and if he's achy now, then he's been really. Ugh.
Was he naked when you saw him, Laura?
I didn't hear it, see, I just heard him going
No,
up.
Laura went.
Oh, Lord, sorry.
Laura,
No, he was
Laura said she
fully
was going up to
dressed.
see him. He was fully
he was
dressed.
fully dressed.
Right, okay. Well, that rules out my theory.
Am
Best
I?
leave it at that.
Oh, we need to get everyone.
Excellent.
Shall we shout for the others then? Oberon!
Can we not shout, please?
Oh,
Oh no, I'll blow my bagpipe. That'll get up down. Get him down.
that'll work.
Right in Law's ear.
The barmaid comes up. Excuse me, can you not, please?
Well,
it's
so we
very
can get
early,
people's attention.
and
That'll be 2 gold for that fine performance, please, bartender.
Oh, I like it.
I'm gonna take the bagpipes
take
off
them.
of Hamish.
please
They're confiscated.
please do that, young lady. We have
I'll go
other
to Hamish.
patrons, and they're trying to
Oh,
sleep.
come on!
She sort of waddles off behind the bar, huffing.
Just shout again.
Wester!
Oh, but we just sitting
Oh,
at the table
Wester,
shouting
what
out
are you guys doing?
Al! Alan! Al!
Wester's gonna bolt down with like trying to get all his stuff on, so, like trying to get his other shoe on. Roll.
Upstairs.
It's like hobbling down. Come on, guys, what's wrong?
Oh, there's Wester. So he does hear us. Wester, come over. We're making a plan, but we need everyone here, so we will try and get everyone's attention.
He's like trailing stuff behind me. He'll put all his like bag up and go grab the rest of his stuff and put it back. Well, what's the plan?
The plan is to make a plan. I've never made a plan before, so I don't know how it works, but I'm planning to
Oh.
make a plan.
Usually Oberon makes the plans, but I don't know where he is.
Is that what they are? Their plans? I just thought it was run in and see what happens.
Oberon!
I will go knock for Oberon.
Oh, come on!
So
Stop shouting.
Sorry.
you head up to outside Oberon's door.
Lord's gonna knock.
Yours not here. Can I shout again, Hamish?
Oberon wraps up the dagger and puts it where he normally hides it.
Okay, yeah.
Where do you normally hide it, by the way?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
And you'll go and open the door like a crack.
Okay.
Goes like,
You open
why
it,
are they
you
yelling?
do see a law outside waiting for you.
He's like, why are they yelling?
They have come up with the ingenious plan to make a plan and have decided that we need everyone in order to make this plan.
It's
So when
genius.
you're
I can't believe we've
free,
never thought of this before.
If you
This is-
wouldn't
this is
mind
groundbreaking.
joining us, I'd appreciate
Groundbreaking.
that.
Step in the right direction.
Oberon like sighs and
I
blows
feel
the law.
that.
Give us your wisdom, Oberon.
What wisdom?
Your animal handling
Well-
system.
No. What should we do then? Well, we've got to find this grave person, I believe. That's Lord's plan. That's all we've got.
And my plan was to not have the same plan that we had last time when some of us got knocked out. Because that was a really sucky part of that fight.
I'm all
At the
ears.
mom- At the moment, Skysis is currently keeping a watch on the graveyard. In theory, he will alert us if anyone does come. Whether we need to keep watch on the graveyard is another matter. I don't know if we want to take turns. In theory, they'll only be there at night, though. Whether we choose to leave this and go elsewhere for now, whether we choose to take some of the jobs around the town during the day, is all up for debate.
What if they escape while the owl is flying to us from the graveyard? That must take him a little bit of time.
Isis is going to follow them until he works out where their hideout is,
How's he
and then he's going to come and find us
see?
and let us know where the hideout is.
Told you she's good at plans.
That's better than what I could have come up with.
Yeah, I would have just stayed there and clobbered them on the head.
Oh.
But following them is a really good idea.
I was going to go and harass that priest.
I mean,
Right.
talking to the priest probably wouldn't be another bad idea.
Priest
Do you
Cole, I
You mean
believe.
talk to him or talk to him?
Talk to him, Vorl. Using your mouth.
Okay, That's why I wanted to check that we were using the vocal elements instead of the elbow elements. It's fine.
He's a member of the clergy, Vorl. I'm not one to go around just hitting priests on the head with bagpipes. Usually I have a chat with them first.
No, we just kill children instead.
We'll never speak of that again, Vorl. That never happened. And they weren't children either. They were 20 plus.
Sorry.
They were my age.
That's the point. I'm only 23. They're my age. God damn kids. How are they not kids?
You fucking whippersnappers, the lot of you.
How old are you, Hamish?
Well, that's a rude question, Vorl.
No, it's not. How old are you?
No, I'm not answering that.
Are you
Can't
between
tell?
the ages of 20 and 40?
I'll never tell, Vorl. I'll never tell.
Oh, what have you got any more of those leaves?
I never had the leaves. It was him who had the leaves.
If we had some leaves, we could find out how old he is, because he'd just tell us then.
Or we could get him really, really drunk and do
Is
that.
that not the same as the
Not
leaves?
possible. You know what can hear you two? We're sat on the same fucking table. Not only that. Hamish
It's
isn't
very rude
drunk.
to listen. It's very rude to listen to other people's conversations. I was talking to Oberon.
You're talking about me, Vorl, and I've never been drunk in my life. I can take it, I just keep drinking. I don't think I've ever been drunk before. It just sits with me nicely. All it does is just make me warm.
Can I do an
makes me
insight check?
kind.
Has Hamish ever been drunk?
Make an insight check. Hamish, make a deception check.
Oh, don't bother. It's fine. I believe everything you say.
Well, I'll roll it just in
Go on,
case.
get a one. Get a one.
So, Oberon, how old are you?
21.
Yeah.
I've never been drunk.
Older than you. Is that
Anyway,
old?
Oberon, can I have a look at that dagger?
What dagger?
Come on.
No.
Come on.
Oh.
Don't play me a fool now. You know how this goes.
We got it off you once, and that was hard enough. You can't
Lester
have
is
it.
shooting eyes
just
to
saw-
law right now. Like,
I just want to see. I just want to see it. I
Is
just
it-
want to have a look.
It's almost like it's your precious, but you can't have it. You can't see it anymore.
No, you're going.
it's
You're
fine.
going stone cold turkey with this, okay?
Well, I could fancy a turkey right now.
Oh,
Out of sight, out of mind. Okay.
Do you want some turkey, Hamish? Shall we go get that?
So, what is the story with you guys and this dagger? It's come up several times now, and you always get really
No.
skittish about it.
no, there's no dagger, Laura. I don't know what you're talking
There was a
about.
dagger we found.
no
Hamish
dagger.
had it. It made Hamish go mad, and he wouldn't tell
No.
anyone about it, and he kept hiding it. Then we got it off
No.
Hamish by webby-tagging him, knocking him out by accident. I didn't mean to. And then we
No.
gave it to Willow. Willow had it. It killed Willow. She's gone now. I don't know where she is. And poor
It
Oberon's got it.
didn't kill
Some
Willow.
restraints.
It didn't kill Willow, okay?
No, it didn't. I made
Some
Okay, so who
restraint,
has this
Vorl.
dagger now? If
No
it's
one.
that dangerous.
no one. It's in a
Oberon.
safe place.
Oberon.
Didn't I say-
Oberon.
Okay.
Oberon, you've been acting pretty strange these past few days. I just want to check you're okay and if there's anything we can do to help.
I think it's just the pressure, Hamish. We've all been acting a little
Getting
bit
this
strange.
job done as fast as possible so we can move onto the forest. That was the plan. I didn't expect this to
Where-
take so long.
See, that's
What are we
another
doing in
plan.
the forest?
What forest?
Having a sleep.
Oh, well, in the redwood forest. Yeah, redwood. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
Up in the Empire, we've got to go. There's something
Yeah.
that Oberon has to. He has to visit a tree and hug it or something. But we've got to find it.
There's plenty of trees here.
No, it's got a red tree, a special red tree in the redwood.
I'll paint it red.
I don't think that works, Hamish.
Oh,
uh,
this world is so confusing.
Where are you going to get that much red paint from? Seriously.
The,
There's-
the,
The blood of my enemies.
the blood of my enemies.
I'm sorry, I had to. It was perfect. Sorry, please continue.
That's why they're digging up the dead bodies to paint with them.
Maybe.
No, that's a stupid idea.
I don't know anymore. Let's just get this sorted. Well,
Yes.
how are we going to find
Let's
this
make a
gravedigger?
plan.
Because,
Make a plan to get
because-
the gravedigger.
frankly, I just want to make sure you're okay, Oberon. at the end of the day. We've been through a lot together, and anything we can do to help, and I'm sure Lester and Law will agree.
And you've been tied to
We
each
can-
other as well.
That's true. We'll not speak of that again, Vorl.
Yeah.
So many taboos.
We're not
So many
speaking of much
taboos.
of our past, are we, Hamish? Are we not allowed to mention anything? What about the time when we met the ghosts and you ate the lovely...
No, we'll never
Oh,
speak of
okay.
that again, Vorl. We'll never speak of that again. Yesterday, we'll never speak of that again. Yesterday never happens.
What happened yesterday?
I don't know. That's why we'll never speak of it again.
Okay.
The day before, we'll never speak of it again. We'll
Hey.
never speak of the past again.
Hamish, no, those cookies were really good yesterday. I don't want to forget them.
Cookies, oh, fine. You can keep that. You
Yes.
can have that.
Anyway, let's make a plan.
DM, quick question. Would I know anything about a redwood forest?
You're from the Empire, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a history check. Let me just get your backstory.
Oh,
one sec.
okay.
Good.
17. Oh, someone's gonna be in trouble if I know. Someone's gonna be getting a talking to.
What did you roll? 17?
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. Let me...
You know of the ancient redwood.
Sort him out, Wester.
Tree.
Gonna come past my house. Hello, hello, hello. When we're all
Is there a tree you want?
Did you
What
ever
sold
say where exactly in the Empire you were from?
No, because I didn't know any place, and I didn't want to assume there was one. So I'm from wherever you want me to be. But yeah, you have to be from right next to where the redwood forest is.
You grew up right next to it.
Yeah, yeah,
You had a little cottage to the left of it, didn't you?
yeah. It was actually made from them trees as well. So you know.
Sacrilege!
Oh. I'm from Oberonius.
Okay. Okay, right. How old is Wester?
Nah, it's
Well,
not. Wester is 24.
Meg, how long ago was your campaign? Was the Pretty Reckless? It was like 23, 24 years ago, I said?
Yeah, something like that. It's been quite a while.
Okay,
Those
you
gears
would've-
turning.
Yeah. Okay, you would know, or you would have heard rumours about the Red Forest.
It's a good album. It's a good album.
Rumours about the Red Forest.
I believe
Rumours.
it was somewhere up by here, wasn't it, Meg? The Red Forest? I
Can't see where you're pointing at.
Down a bit,
It's-
left.
No, I think it was more to the other side.
This side?
Hold on, let me see if I can find a map.
Yeah, it's somewhere in this vicinity, and it's a large.
Inside the Empire.
Yeah, it's a large forest, and a lot of fairy tales come from the Red Forest and the Empire. A lot of sort of kids' nighttime stories of beautiful fey creatures, pixies, dryads, unicorns. A lot of those originate from the Red Forest. Other than that,
Okay.
there's not really much of note there.
Very fey area.
Okay. Wester and Oberon are going to be having a chat later.
Do it in front of everyone. Let's all have fun.
No. Wester respects the group enough to speak to people one to one, but then out with them.
Fuck it. We're all as one here now, Wester.
Well,
Doing that in character, so you have to pay to say something.
Well, I'm just really focused on catching these robbers.
Oh, so noble.
You know they're rotten. I guess taken.
Sometimes I wish I wasn't, but you know, paid a lot of money for the academy. So,
Yeah, don't change a thing, Wester. You're tip top.
What's an academy?
School.
School.
mm.
Where you learn things.
Oh, I thought that's just the family.
Well, school is cool.
We just learned things from our parents and from other tribespeople, and you kind of passed on skills.
That sounds much cooler. So don't worry about it.
There's only so much knowledge your family can pass on to you.
But who else is to teach you? Who else is better to teach you than your family?
A teacher? Kind of in the name.
A smarter family.
But there are no smart families, Hamish. My father was he was the tribesman. He was the leader of the clan.
Oh, is that true? Oh, so you're like royalty, Vorl.
No, we never had royalty. We just had like a clan leader, but not royalty.
Yeah, sorry. So the forest would be kind of here.
About that.
Yeah.
Put the GPS signal in quick.
Woo.
By divine
This is the
sense.
lake, isn't it?
That is like Cavanham or
Okay, I do remember that.
Loch Cavanham.
I do
you got
remember that.
Joheim down here, Orkton up here. That little village that you guys got kicked out of by there, and then the
We got
forest
kicked out of a village?
was about here. So just under where the
No.
A is.
Oh, they did. Okay.
Yeah.
They did.
Campaign 1.
Campaign 1. So this is kind of where the forest is.
Okay.
Okay.
So, given that they only attack at night, and we have no clue what day they're actually going to attack, and we have Skysus watching the graveyard for us, is there really any need for us to stay here?
No.
What
Other than the
if-
fine food.
Hang on, what if one of us pretends to die, and we put it around to town that one of us has died? Oberon does, I don't know if you can, Oberon, but if you've got magic to make us look like we've died, dead, I'm making up words now, like we're dead, and then we can
She's
have
got
a
a
funeral.
dagger.
I don't... Hamish,
So sh-
I'm making a plan, shut up!
Sorry.
I've got to start again now, I forgot where I was.
No, sorry. Go on.
I can't remember. Oh, that's right. I was going to pretend to, or somebody's going to pretend to be dead. Oberon makes it look like they're dead with all cold on them. Then when the person comes along and picks them up, surprise, motherfucker! Nobody get them.
Okay.
It's not a bad idea, but then you run the risk of someone just lying in a grave for a week or maybe 2,
Oh,
and I don't know if that's the nicest place to be.
do they not come every night? I mean, we went there last night. Why did we not think, oh, we might be here all week?
I think we
That's
were just lucky.
sucks. How
Yeah.
the hell? Yeah, but they're going to come for fresh. Oh, they're not fresh all the time. They're like up to a year old.
Yeah.
I'll go wherever Oberon and Lore say, because they seem to be... Well, Oberon A is very stressed right now for some reason.
And sketchy.
Lore-
Don't forget sketchy.
There's always that. But Lore has got the smarts, so I'll leave it up to you two. I'll go wherever you go.
So what's the plan, guys? Because we spent
We
an
don't
hour
know.
debating at the moment.
We don't know. We're having a mass debate at the moment. We're trying to work it out.
Oh my god.
Stop it, Sam!
Didn't realise.
Get out! Fucking damn it.
Up
He's
too
not
easy. I
wrong.
couldn't resist.
Stop.
It's not
Okay.
wrong.
Damn it.
Let's just put this to a vote. Either we stay here, do some jobs around town, and wait for the grave robber to show up again, or we go somewhere else and get on with a different task while we wait for the grubber.
The grobbers.
Yeah, the grubbers.
I like the new word. We call them grobber from now on.
While we wait for the grave robbers to turn back up, because we can't do anything until one of them shows up, because we have no information on who they are, we have no information on when they show up, we have no information on what grave is likely to be attacked next. We're kind of clueless.
Yeah, we can't go anywhere else because ours will be too far away to react.
We got an owl. It's fine.
Oh, because he's. I still think he might lose them, but I don't know.
It's up to Lore. If Lore's willing to take that risk. Oberon, where do we need to go?
Yeah,
Into
do some
the
of your
forest.
magic.
the forest. Do you know the
What-
way?
What are we doing in the forest?
Getting rid of the dagger.
Okay.
I can take care of that for you right now.
No, it has to be a specific place for it not to harm other people.
It's
Oh,
not really a smelting place because you melt it and then it turns into molten metal and it can't hurt anyone.
Okay.
Fine.
No, it's magical, so think
fine.
that.
Let's get rid of the fucking thing.
So we're
If-
just going
if
to
the
leave
law's
500
okay with-
gold here.
No, we'll be back. Don't you worry about that.
Okay.
I'm sure I've seen this.
Skysis will tell us.
Taking a magic thing to somewhere else to destroy it.
I've heard many fables. Normally they just throw it in the river and it just vanishes for hundreds of years.
Exactly.
Wait, you've seen this somewhere else? What?
I've
Yeah.
heard fables of it. Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Take a magic thing somewhere to destroy it.
Oh,
We're going about.
Don't
How
hate
did you
me.
not get that link?
Don't hate me. I've not seen Lord of the
What?
Rings.
What?
Yeah, you've read it, haven't you? You've read it.
No, I've not read it either.
What?
That's disgusting. That is disgusting.
Shame.
Go,
You know
go
what?
now. Yes,
Come on,
shame.
guys. Give me the hate. Give me the hate. Let's see how long you guys
Shame.
fucking survive with
How
that
is
going
it?
on.
Shame.
Post the DM, I dare you.
Now, come on. just say it how it is.
Do you want me to post
Oh
it to you?
my
I've got the
God.
box set down here. You can watch them.
No, I don't have time to watch that many films at that long.
Oh, you do.
D. How could anyone do D&D and not have seen
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
I've not seen or read The Hobbit either.
Oh, yeah, but the Hobbit.
Hamish,
is
you're the
as Lord of
closest.
the
Go and
Rings.
slap her. You live the closest. In fact, Law, you're the closest. Go slap her for us.
Not like basically
Come on,
lives in a
Meg.
house.
Come on, I dare you.
Yeah, no, I value Law's life. I'm not going to go slap the DM.
That's what I thought.
Okay, yes,
I'm
so
not-
what
I'm
is
not-
the plan, people?
The plan is apparently I'm going to get on a bus and come across and
Come on,
go to where
Callum,
you
I
are
fucking
and
dare you.
have-
Come on, I
have
dare
a
you.
stern word with the DM.
Come on, I dare you. Try
So you
it.
stream it though. We want to watch.
Let's see how
Next
far you
week.
go.
Next week,
Well,
watch
so,
Hamish.
okay. We're just going to take an extended break for about an hour. And then-
You can be behind
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Guys!
and or the rest of the stream will just be us watching Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Right, so what is your plan?
Look, I want to help Oberon.
Yeah, I can't leave it for too long. This
Okay,
thing, so,
so
What could happen? What would happen if we didn't go and sort this out soon?
someone would die.
Who?
What? What do you mean someone would die?
Who's gonna die?
Everyone kind of like shrugs and goes like,
There's no need to hide secrets anymore.
Yeah,
We
you
need
said
to
it.
do this.
Who's gonna die, Oberon? Tell us.
Are we a team or not?
someone close to me.
We're close to.
Well,
I mean, he's our
well-
uncle, so we're all close to each other.
Yeah, I'm your self-proclaimed uncle, so you should trust me. Honestly, Oberon, we're here for you, and you know, just tell us who is going to die. It's not Vorel, is it? It's not me.
No, you know how last night I said I have a partner.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Vorel. Okay, yeah.
Well, she will if I don't do this. So,
How
Well
do you-
then, let's get going.
yeah. So if we could,
That's Malhammer.
if we could,
Who?
these guys
where,
is here
why?
and everyone's alright with that, then yeah, I would very much prefer.
Why didn't you
Go on.
say? There's such pressing matters here.
Well,
Someone.
we can travel there, but there's gonna be questions, i.e., who, where, why, when, why, and who has them.
There's a life at stake, Vorel.
Yeah, we can
There's
walk
a
and
life.
talk. We're gonna be going to
Let's
the
do
forest
it.
then.
Let's do it. Lord, are you okay with Skysis hanging back and watching out for this? Because it would be. I know there's lives at stake here, but it'd be a shame to miss out on 500 gold.
Guys, this is already sat in the graveyard. He's more than happy to hang around here. He's
Oh, Sky.
capable of finding his own food. He'll be fine.
I was gonna
How
say,
will he let you know?
In theory, he will just follow and watch and wait until we get back.
Okay.
If
Right,
need be, he
let's
can
go.
come find us.
Oh, fair enough. Smart owl. Very
I
smart.
must have lots of patience. I'd get bored.
He's a familiar.
He's familiar with what?
He's very. No, he is a familiar.
Grobbers.
He's familiar with grobbers. Okay. He'll have no problem finding them then.
Yeah. Okay, so
Let's go. Let's do
let's
this.
pack up and
Let's
leave.
go. Right, pack up, everyone. We're heading to this strange forest in the north.
Hi ho.
Okay, so before you guys head off, is there anything that you wish to do now in Red Brick before you leave?
Let's have a look and see what we got here.
So like a general tat store that I can sell something to.
Not really. No.
Shady Pat's House of Tat.
New business venture.
Would the blacksmith be willing to buy something?
Depends
like-
what it is.
An unused hand crossbow, because I really don't care for it.
You could go and speak to him about it.
Yeah, I'll go speak to the tiefling. I'll go have a chat with him.
Okay, so you head over to the blacksmith's, which is called Anvil. You head in and you see the same tiefling that you saw before. How can I help you?
Look at this out.
They're like rummage like
This.
and it's like a hand crossbow.
Look at all this.
He sort of puts his hand out. Let me have a look.
That put it in his hand. To say it's hand crossbow, it's pretty heavy as well. It's pretty wham.
Oh, this has got a nice weight to it. A nice... He sort of brings up to his ear and taps the wood. Nice solid oak. Let me just double check how much crossbows cost. Is it a light crossbow?
A hand.
Hand crossbow. Okay,
I'm personally not looking at the price.
that's fine.
You'll never get what it's worth, sir.
Oh well, that's useful. Thanks. Tell me everything but the price.
Welcome.
Weighs
Make
this.
up
It
one.
looks like this. It's made of this.
Make up one.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. No. You be
You ain't
glad,
never that much.
You be glad that I didn't. I mean, they're not really my design, but I could do something with it. I'll give you 50 gold pieces.
I'll give him it.
We got to mug some people for crossbows. And crossbows.
He hands you a small pouch that contains 50 gold pieces in.
I'll give him the 20 bolts with it for free as well, because I don't care for him.
Okay, cool. So you hand over the crossbow and the bolts. Go ahead and add 50 gold pieces to your inventory.
Oh yes.
The bag would be
Shopping
like a sack.
episode. Yeah. My Santa Claus from my back.
Okay.
I think that's
Is there anything that anybody else wants to do?
Not here now.
Oh.
We'll interrogate Oberon on the way up to the forest.
No, that's fine for now. Unless... No, let's carry on. Let's go.
And our new quest is to get Hamish drunk as well.
Not happening. It's not possible. Not possible.
We shall see if you fail some con saves.
Yeah.
Okay. So, guys, pack up, head north, and towards the border of the Zokralian Empire. You've done this once before, except you were on a much dangerous quest last time as drug mules for Mad Hatter. This time
Delivery people.
seems a little easier and a little less scary, knowing that you're going across for completely valid reasons. But again, on the border, you are stopped. Let me just see how far you guys will get. So you guys
Checking.
can get...
Did we keep some leaves or not? Has Hamish still got a leaf or two?
Yeah, I think Hamish has got enough for like
Okay.
1 or 2 doses.
I'm just thinking we still got to be careful then with the guards.
Yeah, you guys can... 1, 2... You guys can make it up to where the arrow is. So, just shy of the border.
Oh, so not to it, just before it.
Just before it. So
Okay.
it'll probably be another couple of hours before you get to the border. Before the day starts to turn to night. Is there anything you wish to do on the journey?
How's Oberon?
Yeah.
How's Oberon looking? Worried, stressed, happy we're now moving north?
It's happy that we're now moving north, but still uncomfortable and stressed.
Oh, Oberon.
Yes.
I don't mean to pry, but I do at the same time. Who's going to kill your partner?
Something. An entity. I don't know its name, so
Something.
something.
Oh dear. I don't like some things. I've had dreams of some things and they seem to hurt in my dream. But Hamish says dreams aren't real, so I don't know how it hurts me, but it bloody hurts me, okay?
Would everyone know, like, if magic could, creatures could do that?
Make an Arcana check.
16! Yay!
I mean, there are many, many different types of magic that can do many, many wonderful things and some very awful things. There could definitely be within the scope of magic something that could hurt you in your dreams. You've personally not come across it and aren't sure exactly what it is, but it's within the realm of possibility.
Well, it's possible that there's a magical creature that would harm you in your dreams. I've never come across it, but
Do you think it's linked to
possible.
the dagger? Because I never had dreams like that before we were around that. And now we're kind of heading north for that with an entity that might kill your partner. It just seems all very strangely linked.
Personally, I don't think it's like linked to the dagger. From what I could sense from the dagger, it didn't seem like it could harm me through dreams.
Oh. But, so you're taking the dagger back to give to the entity, and then the entity will give you back your partner, who will then be safe, and then we can just leave and nothing will happen. Is that the
Yes.
plan?
That's
Okay.
the plan.
But if the entity has the dagger and the dagger is bad, would that make it stronger?
Does it really matter?
Yeah, if it turns out and kills us all.
I doubt it will.
Oh. A fight for another day, probably.
Yeah. Cross that bridge when you get there. I just want them to be safe. Yeah.
Okay. Lovely weather, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Are the rest of you doing anything during this journey?
I want to look for a cool stone. One of the same ones that the mayor's, is it son, paints. See if I can find one. Just believe and see how far out they put them. Or if it's just within red brick.
Sorry, can one of the mods grab that message for me? Yeah, thank you. Right. So, sorry, Wes, what were you doing?
I want to look for one of the stones that Hamish found, the painted one, to see how far out of a red brick they actually stretch, or if it's just within the vicinity.
Okay,
Like check any like little cubby holes.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check then, please.
3.
You do not see any of the stones, unfortunately.
Okay. That's everything, to be fair.
Okay, roll.
There's nothing I can think of. Probably just listening to Varel and Oberon.
Okay. Hamish?
I'm good. I'm just checking out some spells. That's all.
Oh.
Oh, I don't like that.
Okay.
I don't like that.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
No.
Everything's fine. There is nothing dodgy going on.
So it becomes nighttime. You all set up camp a few hours south of the border. Is there anything you're doing during the evening?
Singing some songs, making the time pass.
Yeah, I'll play them some songs, but I'll also ask if anyone's got any long-range weapons that they don't use, knowing full well that Wester did just sell one.
Wester is currently just off to the side, like working out, curling some logs, picking up some stones.
Oh, it's a deep
Just
burn,
doing-
so deep.
Yeah, just doing like a full body workout while on the road, because
Okay.
these muscles don't just come naturally.
Okay, so while Wes is doing his workout, what the rest of you doing?
So no one's got a long-range weapon then?
Apparently not.
You could throw a rock at someone, which is lost on the floor.
I have a quarterstaff and some daggers if they're of any use to you. I don't.
So then
Use
take
them.
the dagger to the end of the staff and you can throw it.
Like a spear.
Exactly. You see? Make do with what
Do you know what? I'll stick with my rapier. It's been good for making rat kebabs now and again, so I'll stick with that for now.
We never ate one of those, though.
I did. It wasn't very nice.
Oh, hey, but that's disgusting.
Well, I'm pretty fucking gross. So, no, I'm happy to turn in for the night, to be honest. I mean, I could
Okay,
sing you a song if you want, but
Are you guys taking any watches tonight?
Yes!
Yeah.
Okay, who's taking first watch?
Me! Let's get attacked straight away.
Just
Or
roll.
would you like me to not roll?
Yeah, go ahead, roll me a perception check, please.
Oh! That's my one and only ever 20.
Yeah, you are on very high alert after talking to Oberon and having this weird unknown entity threatening Oberon's partner. You're on high alert. Your eyes are open. Luckily,
Look dead.
because of how just amazingly strong you are, Burrell, nothing seems to attack, and everything seems to go by quite peacefully.
See, I don't need to work at these just come naturally.
Okay, who's taking second watch?
I'll
I
do
don't
it.
mind.
No problem. I'll do it with Law. We'll
Hamish and Law?
sit out there.
Okay, is there anything that you guys are doing during your watch?
I have a question out of character for a minute. Look, can Skysis wake you up if you're sleeping?
I mean, yes, if he flies over and wakes me up like that, but not
That's
from
three,
this
can't.
distance.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
you're too far away at this point.
Yeah. So basically, when we go back to town and get back in range, then he'll update you on what he's seen and stuff like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, Law and Hamish, are you guys doing either of you doing anything during your watches?
I'll just ask Laura if there's anywhere that she needs to go, particularly on this journey together, and if there's any way Hamish can help on the way.
No, I don't think there's anywhere in particular. I'm happy to help everyone else for now. To be honest, what that woman said kind of got me a little bit spooked, and I think if we stay together, it's probably the best way forward. And I think we do need to start communicating a bit more, all of us, because...
I think so too, but sometimes trying to get some words out of Oberon about what he does and what all the things going on in his life, sometimes is trying to get blood out of a stone. It's hard.
It's not just that, it's the little things as well. Like, you were funny about your age earlier, and that is seemingly
That's because that's a rude question. You can't just go up to a dwarf and say, how fucking old are you? It's not how... That's not withholding secrets. That's just decorum.
Right, but it's the little things that add up to become big.
No, you're
parts of
calling me
distrust.
little. Laura, I do not like how this watch is going.
I'm not calling you
here.
little, Hamish. I'm not. I'm just trying to say we should... I don't know. I just feel like we should trust each other a lot more than we do.
That's true. Sorry, I don't travel well, you know. It seems to be a lot of what I do involves travelling. I've only got little legs, you see. So moving across this country is quite it's quite hard for me. But yes, I agree. We need to trust each other more. Now there's something... The end of the world has pretty much been put on our shoulders. And... I don't know. That's not something that just a dwarf can take on his own. So I'm going to need all of you, and we're going to need each other. We just are. So you can trust me. Don't worry about that. We'll get through this together. Let's help Oberon out first, because that seems the most pressing thing.
Yeah, definitely. I'd hate it if we were responsible for anything happening to his family.
Exactly.
I just wonder why this entity wants the dagger. Could you describe it to me? Maybe it's...
Me?
Yeah, you've seen
the
it.
dagger. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, it's so nice. It's like gold and shiny, and there's jewels in it, and it's just, it's nice.
No pressure.
It's really, really nice. You know, when you hold it,
Where did you guys
feel...
find it?
Well, strangely enough, we didn't find it. It was actually given to me. It was given to me by some sort of spectral figure in a house not too far out from the Sapphire Coast. Very strange. But it was mine, and then Oberon for somehow has taken it off me. And do you know what? Now that it's been away with me for some time, I'm thinking maybe Oberon is the best place for the dagger to be. Because they were saying I acted a little bit strange when I was holding it. I don't know if that's true, but I wouldn't want to hurt anyone.
Do you think that Oberon's now acting strange, or has he always been this way?
It's always been strange. Oh yes, it's always been strange. There's nothing new there, but there's definitely some stress there. There's some pressing. Well, we know why now, and that's more information than we've got out of Oberon this whole time. So, do you know what? Progress has been made, but let's sort that out. I would not want any more tragic things happening on my watch. Anyway, Laura, it's been a pleasure.
Yes,
I'm gonna have to roll a perception check now.
Yes.
Yeah, Law and Hamish, go ahead. Roll perception checks, please.
Do you just want to roll with advantage?
No, because I rolled a nat 1.
Okay, I will roll then. There we go. 15.
15.
What a heart-to-heart there with Law and Hamish in the moonlight.
So in depth, you didn't even look around.
Okay. No worries. So as you guys are having this heart-to-heart, just talking over everything. Law, what's your AC?
Not high enough. 10.
10. Okay.
Your AC is 10? Oh.
Uh,
I love the panicked look on Hamish's face.
okay. So one of them's gonna hit, and you're gonna take 3, 4, 5 points of piercing damage. And I'm gonna need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
No!
It's that damn hand crossbow, isn't it?
My -1, it's a 12.
12.
Yeah.
I can hear initiative music.
Okay, you're fine.
What? It's just a
Hamish,
heart-to-heart.
what's your
No!
what's your AC, please?
My AC is 13.
One of them is also gonna hit.
I love you dream about bunny rabbits.
And you're gonna take 4 points of piercing damage. I'm gonna need you to make me a strength saving throw, please.
What is this? We were having a heart-to-heart and then suddenly we're just getting stabbed.
Maybe you stabbed each other involuntarily.
I got a 5.
5.
Oh.
You are knocked prone.
Okay, that's fine.
As
I'm
this
used to
huge-
that.
Just
Weren't
sort
they
of
prone already,
cracks.
though?
No, they were sat down, but he's on the ground now. And as you look up, you see it as it jumps forward, and it
Is it
going to
Webster?
attack Hamish.
West's turned full werewolf.
Going to, it's going to hit with a 21.
Is this against me?
Yes,
What the fudge is going on?
and you are going to
What even
take
are they?
7,
Dino.
8, 9, 10 points of piercing damage.
What
Oh,
is attacking us?
So I'll tell you now, it was a surprise round since they did get a 19 and a 20 plus 4 on their stealth checks. A pack of wolves.
Rage.
4 of them seem to be normal sized wolves. One of them is a very deep black, large wolf, a shadow wolf.
That's getting wrestled with.
So, can everyone go ahead and roll initiative, please?
No, I'm sleeping.
Laurel, Oberon,
You can
Wester.
still roll initiative, but you just won't be up to fight at the moment.
I've rolled another Mat 1!
Oh no!
Since I've got a first level of exhaustion, is that a disadvantage on that roll? Because is it technically a check?
Yes, it is.
God's sake.
I rolled a decent initiative and I'm asleep. What a shame.
Well, I hope you've all enjoyed Hamish, guys.
He'll be right.
Well, unless you guys wake us up, we're all dead.
Okay, 20 to 25.
20.
Okay. 15 to 20.
18.
Okay.
Wester.
10 to 15.
Oh, Wester got a 17.
14. I've got disadvantage.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
I've got
Wester's got a
level
14?
exhaustion.
Yeah, gotcha.
14.
Wester with a 14. Oberon, what did you get?
8.
And Hamish bringing it up the rear.
8. Hamish with a 1.
4.
Right?
Yeah, 4. But another one, yeah, 4.
Okay. Amazing. It is the Shadow Wolf's go. As it heads, just cocks and looks at Law, and is going to go
You're a
ahead
cock.
and make an attack on Law
What?
with advantage because of pack tactics.
Is that what Hamish was saying to the creature,
Thank
is it?
fuck for the advantage. So that's going to be a 19 to hit.
Of course it does.
Thank fuck for you. Yeah.
Ooh. You take 13 points of damage. And
You,
How much?
You do like
13.
you do like us, don't you?
Yeah,
You like
one
us, yeah?
thing.
1, 3.
You realise we're
I'm
level
down.
2,
You're
right?
down? Okay.
I'm down.
No worries.
My total max HP at the moment is 14.
Jesus Christ.
Are these
fine,
actually
level
wolves
two.
and
It's
not
fine.
people with disguised self?
Varel, it would be your go, but you are currently sleeping. Law, I will go ahead and make a death saving throw for you. Okay. Wester, you are sleeping. It is the wolf's go.
I feel like we
Would we not heard
yelled.
Law go, dying,
Or even though like
they are
the
grounded.
guys
I'll allow
around-
it. However, this still takes a round for them to wake up regardless, so they still wouldn't get to go until next round anyway.
Snarling,
But they are
growling.
starting to wake up then. That's fine, they are starting to wake up.
Keep
It
quiet,
is
buddy
the wolf's
rabbit.
go. They're going to go ahead and attack Hamish. What's your AC again, Hamish?
It's 13.
Fucking shit. One of them hits.
Yeah.
For 24 damage.
5 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, he's down.
Shit.
Shit, man. Oberon, you are currently waking up. Hamish, I will go ahead and make that saving throw for you. Okay, Rao. Did you go? What would you like to do?
What's going on? Would we be able to react to that quick or not?
Yeah,
I mean, it's
you-
only 6
last
seconds
round-
waking up.
Yeah, you guys can get out. Unless you don't want to get up that round.
Well, where is everyone? I have no idea on the layout of the combat. Where is everyone?
Well, you're in a small
Well-
campsite.
Are the walls? Yeah, but in relation to where we're
The
standing,
wolves
we're
are
wolves.
over Law and Hamish in the middle of the campsite. They've all started attacking Law and Hamish.
So can we move to the wolves without getting an attack of opportunity from another wolf? I mean, we can't see where the combat is, so it's very hard to tell.
I
where-
haven't got a combat map at the moment because it's only a small combat. Yes, you can.
Well, I'd like to move to one of the wolves to Hamish without provoking opportunity of attack from another wolf.
Okay, yes.
I mean, I'm rage, but I don't think I would because I'm still half asleep, so I'm just going to hit it normally. You don't know what's going on, you just see these wolves attacking. So yeah, I'll just hit one of the... Who's attacking Hamish? The normal wolves or the big wolf?
You got 2 wolves on Hamish, 2 wolves and the Shadow Wolf and Law.
So we'll just go for one of the smaller wolves that's on Hamish. For 23 to hit and 15 damage.
One of them's dead.
What's going on? Why are there wolves? Bad doggy. Squish.
Okay, is there anything else you want to do when you go?
No, that's it. That's what I can do.
Okay.
Wake up, everyone!
Law, I'll go ahead and roll another death save for you.
Get up, Hamish. Stop being lazy.
Okay, Wester, it's your go.
Wester will get up, seeing his good friend Law getting mauled. He will run, slide over, and lay on hands all 10 of his points to get her back up.
Okay,
Thank you.
Law, go ahead and make a con saving throw for me, please.
Yeah.
This that. Got you back
that
as well.
gone
after this,
through?
Law. Yeah.
Hang on one sec. I can't see what it is. What is it?
10.
10, that's just what you need. Go ahead and make a d6 roll, please.
Roll.
Is this
1d6.
concentrate?
6!
Okay, you have a slash across your eye which will turn into a scar from where the Shadow Wolf has come and slashed down your face. Okay, Wester, is there anything else you're doing with your go?
Yes, I would like to bonus action Shield of Faith on Law. Give
Okay,
him an extra 2 AC.
nice.
And I will end my turn.
No worries. It is the wolf's go. So the one on Hamish will turn to attack Varel.
Bad doggy.
That is. Oh, come on. That is a 21 to hit.
Okay, let me check that. I'm not sure. Yeah, that hits.
6 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
The 2
check it.
on Law, one of them's going to attack Law, one of them's going to attack Wester. So law, that is 11 to hit, which doesn't hit.
Doesn't
because you
hit
have to
anymore.
shield the fucking thing. And the second one is going to make an attack on Wester. With a nat 1, no.
Did he bite himself?
No.
Okay.
He should definitely bite himself with a nat 1, I think.
Oberon. Should go.
Everyone brings awake, seeing that Hamish, who is our healer, is down. He will run over to Hamish, avoiding the wolves for any attacks, and will use his racial ability of healing hands and healing him for 2 hit points, because that's all that he can do, and I'm sorry.
All he
No,
needs to get it
as
Yeah, that's all he needs to get a go.
Go
Yeah.
ahead and make a con saving throw, please, Hamish.
He just could be scarred to crap, Hamish.
4.
You get 1 point of exhaustion.
Oh, no scar? Oh, I'd rather have the scar.
The scar is a minor consequence. Major consequence with a failure of a con saving throw means 1 point of exhaustion for now.
Mauled to death by wolves are not a mark on you. You star.
Okay. Hamish, it is your go. What would you like to do?
I would like to disengage and. Oh, do you know what? No, fuck this. I'm not having that. Bullshit.
Stab it!
Ah.
Are you okay, Hamish? You look a bit battered.
Yeah, I'm just having
You got the wind literally knocked out, yeah.
I'm
back
gonna disengage. I gotta disengage. I've gotta get as
You
far
can't
back
go
as I
down
can.
again.
Okay.
I've got to go back as far as I can, and as a bonus action, then I'm gonna cast Healing Word on myself. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Roll your healing for you. And while you do that, it is
I will
the
do that.
Shadow Wolves.
I have rolled a 1. Can I re-roll, please?
Yep. Homebrew, you can reroll any one that you got on healings.
I've rolled another 1. Can I roll again, please?
Yes, you can reroll that one as well.
Here we go for 3 wins in a row. That's better. That's a 4. Okay.
Up
Six is
one.
sweet.
The Shadow Wolves go.
That's the fourth one I've rolled today.
The Shadow Wolf is going to attack Law, since it is right next
Sup,
to
my
Law.
dude.
That one does hit with a 16, unfortunately.
That's fine. It does 15 points of damage, and I go down again.
11 points of damage.
And I'm down again.
Fuck.
Yeah, put 1 in her. Just keep bringing her up with 1 health. They're gonna kill him every time, so here's one.
Burrell, it is your go. What would you like to do?
Let's not go 1
Smash the
away.
wolves.
Why are all these wolves here? I'm going to rage. And clobber the one that's in front of us again.
Yeah,
Okay.
Recklessly.
Okay.
Fuck yes.
How do you put advantage on
Concrete.
thingamajiggy?
Just roll twice.
Yeah. 15 to hit.
15 hits, yeah.
And I'll
Fuck
take
you,
the-
Wolf.
Can I take the first damage as it was there, or 14 or 10 damage? It's up to you, whichever one you want to do. And that hasn't added rage.
First,
It hasn't
if
added
the first one was
2.
14, we'll take the 14.
Okay.
That one is dead as well.
Ooh.
So the
didn't
so
add
the two
kind.
that were attacking Hamish are now dead. You have one on Law, one on Wester, and then the Shadow Wolf on Law, which hasn't been hit yet. So with that in
Can
mind,
I-
are you doing anything else?
Yeah, I will. How far is it to law from where I am?
It's a very small campsite. It's like 5 foot.
Can I jump over and is there a way I can jump on top of her so she can't get attacked by the wolf? So it has to attack me first. Get in between the two of them.
I'd say with your height, your size, yeah, you can straddle Law almost on your feet. Make like an arch over here.
Okay, yep, I'll do that.
Interesting.
Try and grab the attention of these things. Get off her,
Now's not the,
stupid dog!
Okay.
now's not the time, Vorrel.
I'm trying to save her, Hamish. What else would I be doing? do it. I wanted not the time.
Roll me a death save.
I will roll you.
My
that
life
save.
is in your hands.
She loves the power.
Again.
Bear in mind,
She
you,
loves the power.
you live with her.
Fine.
Wester.
That'd be
Has this
awful.
shadow wolf been hit?
Nope.
No.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I'm just gonna attempt to whack it.
None of these
Okay.
ones have.
21.
Hits.
21.
Yeah. Oh, for 4 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
No.
No, I can't do anything else.
No. No worries. It is the 2 wolves go, so one of them is going to attack Wester. 13. Wester.
No.
No
No?
chance. Can't get their jaws around his
No.
beefy arms.
I'm so sorry, bro. That is a nat 20 to hit on you.
Fine.
Um,
Widening.
17 points of piercing damage.
Ah!
I'm gonna use Stone's Endurance, so it takes 4, 5, 6, 7 off.
7?
So what's that? 7 damage.
You've also
Oh, actually, hang
you
on.
also
How much-
get
10 damage
Yeah, how much
altogether.
did
you
he
break
do?
each of it.
Hang on, how much did he do? 17.
17, so you take 10,
So half of
10
that.
damage.
You get half that.
Half,
yeah.
half of that 'cause I'm raging. So that's 7 damage. Mine is 4, 5, 6, 7. He does no damage.
Okay.
On a crit.
Amazing.
Ah, eat that wolf!
Yeah. Amazing.
Mwah. Beautiful play.
I don't have another one though, so.
Would it, I would say, would it half, would you rage half the damage you take after you've stone endurance it?
No, it halves the damage you take, and then Stone Endurance is an option I can take after that point.
Okay. In which case, Oberon, it's your go.
Chef's kiss.
Ron is going to use Ray of Sickness on the Shadow Wolf.
Perfectly friendly spell.
Okay.
Please.
Is that a
He throws
wisdom
up
or
over
con
law.
save?
11. No, it's a hit.
It's an attack roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't.
It does 11 hit.
No, it doesn't. I'm afraid.
It doesn't
Would
hit.
he have
Oh.
thrown up all over Law if that had hit him?
Laura wakes up covered in vom. She is
Oh.
not going to be happy.
That's disgusting.
Didn't you do that this morning when you woke up from in the bar?
That's why she drank all the water. She was dehydrated.
Okay, Hamish, it's your
Oh,
go.
how are you feeling, Law? Just shouting over. Is Law still down?
Yeah.
Laura's down.
Okay.
Yeah, she is.
Okay. Right.
Stop moving.
Just within. Am I within 60 foot? I would assume
Yeah,
so, seeing
yeah,
as I
yeah.
could.
Yeah, you're with 60 foot.
I'm gonna heal you for 6 points.
Okay, go ahead and make
He's-
a con saving throw then, please, Law, and take 6 points of healing.
19. I'm fine. I'll roll the d6.
Nope, no need for the d6. You have tinnitus for the next hour,
What?
so you can. Sorry, not the next hour. Yes, no, yeah. For 1 hour, you have an annoying ringing in your ear. Yeah, it has no mechanical effects, but role play it as you wish. But Law can now hear ringing in your ear for the next hour. It is the Shadow Wolf,
Wonderful.
and it's.
Can I do a bonus action before?
Oh yeah.
I do
what
that.
Did you just?
Are
what
you-
did you use to heal Law?
Well, I use healing word, but I want to use that as my main action.
That is a bonus
And then-
action. Healing words.
Can I do another one? Just a
You
bonus action.
You can use an action that's not a leveled spell.
But no, the healing word has to be a bonus.
Okay. Well, never mind then. I apologise.
Okay. You,
Oh, no, I will use an action. I'm going to call the wolf a cunt.
okay. Which one?
The big one.
Okay. I'm assuming that's vicious mockery.
It is indeed.
So the Shadow Wolf. For wisdom. Yeah, that's a 5.
Okay. Okay, here comes the damage. It's a 1. Can I re-roll or not? Is that just for healing?
No, that's just really
Okay, so it takes 1 point of damage, but it
has disadvantage.
disadvantage on the next roll.
That's fine. Well, it is the Shadow Wolf's go now, and is going to make an attack against Varel, who is still stood over Law.
We're still trying to work out how to do advantage and can't.
That is not going to hit with a 4.
Woof.
Or, well, a 9 altogether. But, Varel, it is your go.
Don't bite me, doggy. Bad boy.
Swing at it again. He had advantage on that attack against me as well.
That would have been a straight roll, but that's still a 4.
Okay, fine. Let's go for... So there's 2 normal wolves.
2 normal
And the
wolves
Shadow Wolf.
and the Shadow Wolf, yes.
Okay, hit a normal one. See if we can get rid of all the small ones.
Okay.
We'll go reckless again. Like we did. Crit.
Oh,
Not
Yeah.
even
Mwah, mwah.
on that one is dead.
Bellissimo.
I rolled 2 20s one game. I'm over moon.
Are you doing anything else?
No, that's it. Just growling back at the wolves and barking. Just try to keep their attention.
Okay.
On all fours as well.
As your eyes open up, you see the crotch of Varel hanging over your head. What would you like to do?
Without moving, because I quite like lying on the floor, I'm going to cast Magic Missile to hit one of the wolves. Please.
It came out my ass.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
Yeah.
I could
It's
do
gonna
that.
look awesome. Through Varel's legs.
Yeah.
3 damage on 3 darts.
Oh, do I have to do it 3 times?
Yes.
3
Uno.
plus
No,
whatever that
Dos.
was.
Tres.
3, 4, and 4.
So another 8. That one is dead. As you just look up at the crotch, you look up at the wolf,
Just his,
and it
I'm
his
looking
ball
around.
bag.
dead.
Moonlight reflecting off his
However-
ball bag.
I have shorts on. I have, you know. It's not like a kilt.
Thank fuck for law.
Yeah, you're packing.
Wester, it is your go. What would you like to do?
Is there another wolf? I'm assuming. And I can just
Yes,
whack.
there's one more. There's the Shadow Wolf that's still standing.
Yeah.
He's still
If
standing.
I hit it, I'm gonna do a divine smite.
Okay.
And drop a divine smite on it.
I can do magic.
23.
Oh,
hits.
damn.
Yeah. So it's taking 7 bludgeoning, and I need to check what divine smite actually comes under. How much damage? It is 2d8. So 4. It's going to take an extra 9 damage, so 16 in total.
No worries. Anything else?
No, I can't do anything else.
Okay. The wolves go, but they're all dead. Oberon.
Overall, once again, cast Ray of Sickness on the Shadow Wolf.
Okay.
14, does that hit?
Just hits.
Yay! Needs to roll a con save. Constitution is 13.
18.
Okay. 2 points of damage, which is so annoying. I rolled 2d8 and I just do 2 points of damage.
No worries. Hamish.
Better than nothing.
No.
What did I roll for that? Like 2 1?
You rolled 2 nat ones, yeah.
Oh.
Whoa.
Hamish, what
Is it my go, sorry?
Yep.
That's
I'm going to call
Hamish's
him
job.
a 4-legged pap wanker dick.
Is that a saving throw?
Yeah, that's a wisdom save for the dog.
16.
Yeah, that passes. I would like to give bardic inspiration to Varel, please.
Okay. Roll, take a d6. It is the Shadow Wolf's go. The Shadow Wolf is going to make an attack against Law.
Way.
Very nice.
20. A dirty 20.
I'm not.
Yes, of course that hits. 12 damage.
Does
I
it
go down again.
How much
Does a
HP
20
have you got?
hit?
I've got 6 HP.
You're going down again.
My max is 14. Cool, I'm down again.
Yep, you're going to take 9 points of damage.
Cool.
Ignore that roll.
Night, guys.
Varel, it is your go.
Ah, I found it. There you go. So you have to right click on it, go advantage. There we go. I'll go clobber the wolf.
Go ahead, take an attack.
Bark it again. Wolf. Stop attacking her, you stupid wolf. Oh, did that do advantage? Still didn't. I don't know what's in. 15 hit on the first one.
15 hits, yeah.
With 6 damage, because it didn't add the rage damage onto it again. I thought
damage.
D&D was meant to do all of that, yeah.
Okay, anything else?
That's it, just try and get his attention as much as I
Okay.
can.
Law, I will make a death save throw for you.
Thanks. That was a 1, I can feel it.
No, that is a laughing of thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks for the help. Wester, it's your go.
I'm going to attempt to stabilize Law.
Okay, so go ahead and make a medicine check. She will
Please.
fail a death save if it's lower than more than 5 DC.
Or 14.
14?
Yes.
Law
one
is
fall.
stabilized. But is unconscious.
That's fine.
Covered in wolf form.
So that's your
I've
action.
just realised.
Any bonus action you want
Yeah.
to do, Wester?
Apart from realise that I've just gone down to help Law, I've also gone down Neverell's crotch. No.
The problem is clean.
Okay. Oberon,
Is
it's your go.
it?
Oberon will fucking punch this shadow wolf with a
Okay.
skeletal chill touch with a 22 to hit.
22 hits, roll some damage.
Yeah, and that's
I got-
full damage. 8 necrotic.
I will
Fucking
do
wolf, I got places to be!
Yeah.
this. How do you want to do it?
Oh, this skeletal hand literally punches through and tears out this wolf's heart. Perfect hand.
So as you see this white skeletal ghostly hand just puncture in the of the wolf and tears out the still beating heart. It beats a couple of times in the skeletal hand before it just starts crushing it and turns to dust. And the hand disappears. You have survived this round.
Not really.
Sorry, this round? There will be more rounds?
5 more wolves jump out of the trees.
I'd like to be
I'm
You're
not doing
out
a
of
watch again.
initiative.
I'll dismount Law.
You're out of initiative order. What would you guys like to do?
Die.
Go to sleep.
Apparently.
Honestly, weren't you guys keeping watch? How the hell did they sneak up?
We were in a deep conversation. Laura, are you feeling okay? You took quite a hit there.
Laura's unconscious.
Oh, she's still
Laura,
down.
wake up,
Yeah.
for fuck's sake.
She's unconscious.
Well, I seem to do magic somehow. I'll do some magic and bring her back. Put my hands on her and see if I can focus all the magic that came out into that magic missile back into her.
Nothing happens. Anyway, do you have any
Bollocks.
No,
Bollocks! I can't bring her back.
right. Hamish rubs his hand together and go, just cure wounds on.
Oh, I didn't
Just
rub my
laces.
hands together.
That's what you missed, Thorol.
Okay,
Oh.
Here we go.
Law, go ahead and roll.
Cure
Concept,
wounds.
Yeah. Thank you.
Mr. Defibrillator.
Constitution saving throw. A 6.
please. 6.
I have exhaustion.
You are going to take 1 point of exhaustion.
Yeah.
Don't start guessing what you'll get, because you'll make it worse.
It's okay. We're gonna have a nice long sleep now, anyway. I hope. Unless the DM's being particularly cruel.
What you are going to get
Whoever.
before you go to sleep is a
a
break.
headache.
We're going to go ahead and take a break because it's halfway through the episode. Woo! So, yeah, before we go,
Near-death
don't forget we
experience.
have awesome merch if you want to support the channel. We have cool merch. There should have been a link posted in the chat. Why don't you come join our Discord server? It's pretty awesome. Nothing happens there, but it's fine. It's still pretty awesome nonetheless. So here's a link if you fancy joining us in our Discord server. If you haven't followed already, make sure you follow so you get notified when we go live, and possibly consider subscribing. And we are going to go ahead and take a quick 10-minute break. So yeah, we will see you guys in 10 minutes. Join us
For another near-death experience.
There you go. Right.
I never
Y'all are
play
fine.
squishy characters, and this is horrific, and I hate it.
Ha ha ha, you're all dead.
Y'all fine. Y'all be fine.
I can't get to add rage damage.
Oh no, you just got +2. You just gotta remember to put +2 on.
I found a chance to get quite quickly the bonus, but then you can turn it off.
Yes, this is a tub of ice cream.
Not judging. I wish I had a tub of ice cream. Just eating the last of my cookies. I had 5 white chocolate cookies, and in a span of what, 15 minutes, I ate 4 of them. I was watching the first episode of Campaign 3 of Critical Role.
We watched that the other day. My first time watching Critical Role, and I wasn't as bored as I thought I'd be.
Wester died. He's not moving.
I don't know. It don't look like it's fine.
Either that or he's doing a very, very good competition standstill.
Jeff Wexter on the sandcastle competition.
Yeah, look at my pretty colours as well. I went and got one of those stupid dust mats.
Yes.
As well as the hand thing that changed colour. Look at this thing. Look how colourful that is.
You're so excited by this.
I know, it's awesome, but everything changes colour. The thing up there. Yes, I've never had RGB before. I've never seen the point what time will suit you?
Any time which means that I don't have to get the 7 o'clock train.
I'll do 2.
We know. Oh no, I get back late.
You can't have both.
Where am I talking?
Yeah, the Monday.
I can't. Half 11. I can do half 11.
West Angor and Shipper. Friendship.
I think Webster's adorable.
Yeah.
So different to Rock. It's so different to Rock.
So wholesome.
When I was making him, I think one of the exact words for me was to be fair, he is a bit of an idiot with 9 intelligence. We love him.
Don't need that when you've got faith.
You gotta have faith.
Exactly.
Well, think, he's actually quite charismatic. He's got 14 charisma,
It's more than Hamish.
so you don't need people.
So
You don't need people to, you know. You don't need people to think you're smart to persuade them.
I do
We're
worry.
back. Hi. You
Hi.
won't get answers from me.
Oh, we
So,
will.
welcome
they-
back, everyone. Jessica, Shiny, Ronaldo, El Bicycle, Eldritch, Have This, Henty, JD, Kit Kat, Lenari, everyone else, welcome. I'm just doing not for this one. We just want to say a huge thank you for all the support you guys have been showing us, all the follows, all the views. You guys are awesome. We are so glad that you're enjoying it so far. But yeah, if you've just joined us, welcome. The quick recap of what happened before the break. The group decided to head towards Redwood to go after and try and sort out Oberon's thing with the dagger. And during the first night, before they got to the border, they have, unfortunately, been attacked by wolves. Law going down numerous times. Law and Hamish having a point of exhaustion. However, we do head back in with them, hopefully being able to have a long rest.
Just because they weren't watching what they were doing.
We were having a nice, meaningful conversation.
Well, the wall sneaked up on us and killed us.
Yeah. So, what would you guys like to do?
Sorry.
Are you guys heading
Cry.
back? I'm assuming
Go
you
to
guys are
bed.
heading back to bed.
To bed.
Out of game cry, in game cry.
Who's taking third watch?
Not
Well,
Law.
we did a fantastic job, Law. So do you want to do it again?
I think you
No.
need to sleep though, Hamish.
Well,
Yeah.
I think Weston handled them pretty well.
I'll take it. Let the square take it.
Would third watch be the last watch as well?
Yes, this would be the last watch.
Oberon will also take it as well,
Okay.
just in case.
Oh.
Are you two doing anything on your watch?
Oh yeah.
They couldn't be
I
more
would
different
like
people.
Yeah, I want to go around the edge of the camp and put torches down. It lights up the vicinity past the edge of the camp, the main campfire.
Isn't
Okay,
that like a
so-
beacon? Here we're here.
You're doing the Minecraft torch spam around your camp.
God, you might as well be laying raw steak around the place. The wolves will be like, oh, there they are.
Yeah, but I'll smash
Fresh
them
meat here. Fresh meat here.
up. Big neon swinging sign.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Oberon, Wester, what are you guys doing? So Wester, you go around just lighting up a bit of the edge of the camp, just to see anything else that may try to be sneaking up on you guys.
Oh, Brown, listen. What's the dagger? You can tell me, I know a little bit about the Redwood Forest. But what is it?
Oh, you know about the Redwood Forest?
Oh, of course. All the fairy tale creatures. Pretty cool, but also pretty scary.
Anything in particular that you've heard about it?
I mean, watch out for the low-hanging branches.
Oberon is going
the
to
gross
insight
ones.
check to see if he actually knows.
Sure, go ahead and roll insight. Wester, go ahead and roll deception or persuasion.
No, don't even bother
No,
with that
it's
one.
Yeah, no, Wester is
Wow.
very knowledgeable on the Redwood Forest.
Low hanging
He's the
branches for
epitome
Wester
of
is like
truth.
grass, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You are.
He's the
He's tiny.
He's the
Have there been any stories, like like scary stories of like monsters and specifically undead, if possible?
Well, I'll make you a deal. If you tell me what the dagger thing is, I will share a good story with you about that. I promise.
Why don't you tell me the story first, and then I'll tell you what I know about the dagger.
Why is Western now more dodgy than Oberon?
yeah, his paladin tends to go in, but yeah.
So, I mean, there's a couple of dryads that live in there. They're pretty, dodgy. There's pixies, they're a little bit weird. And, a couple of unicorns, but sometimes it's just a horse with an arrow in its head that's wandered in there, so gotta be careful sometimes.
What if we right at home there?
You may see a unicorn, but it may just be a horse with an arrow in its head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen to make that a sticker.
Yeah.
Somebody put it in the
It's not a
sticker
unicorn,
channel.
it's a horse with an arrow.
Somebody put that in the sticker channel.
Like,
Speak from experience with that one. My horse Brand, well, he was a pony because quite little. He went in there and someone shot him with an arrow, and he came back like a week later with an arrow. And yeah. But just watch
And the legend
dryads.
was born.
Of the unicorns.
Right,
It's a
so
legend.
you haven't heard any. There's never been any scary campfire stories told in the Dead and Diet about the forest.
I mean, my dad used to tell me that the forest came alive and there was big wolves that run on 2 feet in there, and sometimes there's like zombies that drop from trees. Sometimes. So
cool place to be, man.
Zombies dropping from trees.
they're like not just one, like a big one, like 20 zombies mashed together, really big.
Oprah believes all this
recognise
because of that nat
story.
one.
So, I recognise this story from somewhere, Caleb.
Yeah, so do I. How you DDT'd me in Tomb of Annihilation.
It's called Tomb of Annihilation. What do you expect?
Cuddly bunnies and snowflakes.
Just not to die 20 minutes into the first session. I've been pushed into a dinosaur pit.
Okay, that was the rest of the party. That was not my fault.
Anyway.
That was entirely Callum's fault.
Are there any, I don't know,
Me?
costumes or temples or
Slander.
focus points in the forest? You know?
Lost tombs. I mean, a lot of people die there, so probably, but not that I've ever seen. I do know of some lost ones.
No, I've never been, so.
Obviously, as we get closer, I know a little bit more. I can share some with you, but tell me about the dagger. I'm dying to know what it is.
All I know is that it's just a magic dagger that we found.
All this for a magic dagger?
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So-
Yeah, well, I don't know why the others feel really weird about you. You're pretty cool. Sometimes you do kind of like
He's just as
you
sketchy,
kind
that's
of
why.
brush your hair out of your face a little bit. It's a bit, you know. Don't know how you can see. But good talk.
He'll go back to like working out a little bit, you know. Curling.
Okay. Right, with that, Wester, Oberon, go ahead and make perception checks, please.
I'm still at disadvantage.
We got two of these dodgy people now, Hamish.
Should I do it at my advantage or okay? 7.
Attack to get on me.
Yeah,
we're
Wester,
alright.
you're too focused on pumping some iron and the
Yeah.
stories that you're trying to recall to yourself of the Redwood Forest. Some of them get a little bit mixed up. Can't quite remember them clearly, but you're trying your best. Oberon, you're too focused on his dagger. You're so close. You're so close to what you want, and yet, you waited so long, and the next couple of days are going to be hell, and you know this. But you're so focused on what you're going to say to her when you see her again that you guys just sort of forget that you're on watch. However, nothing seems to attack you, and the morning sun starts rising from behind the trees, spreading golden rays of silk-like light over you and the campsite, waking you all up to the golden rays being transmitted behind your eyelids. It's a cold, brisk morning, or at least cold for this area of the world, and you wake up slightly shivering, the campfire still going. Looking around, you realise that somebody has lit the edge of the camp with a lot of torches during the night after the fight. So as you all wake up, what would you guys like to do?
Grab my axe. Somebody's doing a sacrificial thing. Look on the fire.
No. It's dodgy.
No, that was just Wester.
Wester's doing a sacrifice. Wester, why are you sacrificing us?
Well, I mean, if you want me, I can sacrifice a few of these sausages for my breakfast for you.
I'll take that.
Yeah,
Hamish just pokes his head out the tent. I'll take that.
It's a Wester breakfast, just pure protein.
Oh, yes. My favourite. Go on, Westall. Do your magic.
Did we successfully get a long rest?
Yes, you guys can go ahead and take a long rest. No dreams
amazing.
tonight.
Oh,
Amazing.
good. I'm not going down to 0 health. Excellent. Let's all enjoy some breakfast then. Keep heading on.
Beautiful.
Okay, is there anything that you guys would like to do during the morning or the first half of your walk?
Suppose I should feed the gerbil just once, and that's all. The only mention of Jeffrey I will make this campaign, this episode.
I thought you just ate from the crumbs that you kind of
Oh,
dropped.
Jeffrey and the dogouts.
The beard catches the crumbs, then Jeffrey just takes them out of the beard.
Yeah, only when he rolls a successful sleight of hand, though. Otherwise, he only gets fed when I feed him.
Okay, so you feed Jeffrey, and he happily takes the food and just starts nomming on it before turning in and going to sleep.
Oh.
Nom, 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 nom.
Nom, 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 nom.
It's quite,
No, we'll go nom nom to the food as well.
it is quite cute for an imaginary gerbil.
Not in my
Whilst
eyes, he's all
everyone's-
scruffy in my head. It's all over the place.
Yeah, it's
Whilst
like he's doing some shit.
Whilst everyone's having their breakfast, Oberon's like quickly packing everything up.
Okay.
He's like foregone breakfast to quickly pack up.
Oh, boy.
Have we got time
Oh,
for
really
breakfast,
quicker.
or Oberon?
Well, we're eating.
You can eat. I'm not hungry.
You have
Okay,
to eat, Hobo,
alright.
or else you'll be weak on the road. You've got to have some food. We can't go to
We'll
him
take a
what's back-
dried piece of meat and just take one bite and then continue packing.
No, have a sausage,
Nor will
Oberon.
help Oberon pack up,
We can't
so
leave
it goes
it.
quicker.
Okay.
Wester will save Law's breakfast and half his own and put in like a little tie for Oberon. Just for later on.
Okay.
You got to eat, haven't you, Wester? You can't go on hungry.
You can't go on hungry.
And these are surprisingly
Even-
good sausages, even though they've been in. Where did you keep them?
We halflings are known for keeping things really cool. So at the bottom of my bag, it's really, really cold. And also, favours from Daddy before we left.
Insight check.
Make an insight
Were they
check.
really at the? Were they really at the bottom of the bag?
Wester, go ahead and secretly roll me a persuasion or a deception check, depending on whether you're lying or
Okay.
not.
Fucking cold in the bottom of his bag. What a load of bollocks.
He's got a magically refrigerated backpack. I bought it.
Yeah, I call bullshit.
Oh my
13.
god, why did I roll? Oh my god, that's the wrong one.
I believe you, Wester. It's all good.
You're not sure, Hamish.
I'll reserve judgment for the time being, Wester, but I'm just gonna say, I find your story about how you stole those sausages somewhat questionable.
They are
I'll be
quite
keeping
fresh,
an
though.
eye on you.
They were tasty. They were fresh.
If you want to look at my bag, feel free. I don't really have much. But it's quite
Oh.
cool on the bottom of the bag.
That's
Is that
fine.
because
It's
is
fine.
that because it's closer to the floor, so when we go through puddles, it gets wet, and that kind of cools it all down.
Exactly.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
So I'm
Moist
eating
sausage.
sausages that have been dipped in puddles.
Hamish has got like a sausage hanging out the side of his face, still eating it.
Yeah. like a cigar. Like a Cuban cigar.
Quite nice still. Added flavour, I guess.
Yeah. I will attempt to smoke the sausage. Just like,
But it is a smoked sausage as well.
is
oh,
now.
amazing.
Okay. Is anybody doing anything else this morning? Or
Laura's
on the
just
walk?
gonna say on the walk, she's gonna say thank you to everyone for, saving her life and stuff.
Westall did the most. Your pal. He was very, very, very strong back there.
Oh, should do it for me. That's all good.
I'm just a bearded defibrillator, essentially. But I'm happy to help too.
Yeah, thank you. I do appreciate it.
No, no, no. We need you, Law. We need you. Yes, Vorrel, you did a good job too. You swung your axe.
Oh, that was nice to be noticed.
Yes, and Oberon, I've got to be honest, a bit of overkill pulling the wolf's heart out and crumbling it to dust with a cold hand. But still, thank you as well.
Oberon. Awesome.
And while we're at it, thank you, Jeffrey, for moral support while I cowered behind a tent.
Why would they? Like, why would a pack of wolves just suddenly come out of nowhere? And
Don't
what's that
know.
big
Me and
one?
Law we were so vigilant. We never took our eyes off the tree line. Somehow they found a way through. I don't know how.
He
We
must
were
be
so
invisible.
on.
Wolves can be dicks
Maybe.
like that.
They
He
can
just
be
nods
dicks like that.
sagely.
They can. Famously.
Invisible dicks.
Do we see anything interesting along the way? Any shops? Any travelers?
Any scary houses?
Any spooky houses?
They look like they've been abandoned.
No.
Nothing at all. So we're just along the road, or are we walking through the forest? And
I was
Oh, we got to
saying,
get to
so
the gate, haven't we? Set the
at the
order.
moment,
Road
you
again.
guys are only walking like a little bit before you come to what's the word?
Border patrol.
The border. Yes.
oh shit, yeah.
So, as you go up this road, ahead of you, as was before, there is a large border control house. They're flanking the small walkway that seems to be about 15 foot high. There are two small towers in which two guards come out and flank you guys as you come back.
Do we recognize these guards? Are they the same guards or different guards?
No, you did go into a almost an entire country on the other side.
Is
away
it Bill
from
and
where you came
Pike?
before. So these are different guards, but they do come out. Halt,
Whose name's
please.
Bill? Hello.
What? He sort of looks up at Pharrell. You can see almost a gulp. What is your business in the Empire?
We are here to sightsee.
And I've got my cane out and I start spinning it.
Big persuasion check.
I can't even find persuasion, that's how much I use that one. Nope.
Oh
Wait.
my goodness.
He's seen a cane before, apparently.
Twats the guard.
Okay. He looks over to Law and Oberon. What is your business in the Empire?
We are indeed going to sightsee mostly. I also have interest in looking through the libraries and learning more knowledge.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh,
Well,
my
I'll throw one is
persuasion.
this why I bonk him on the head with a stick. Oh, what is going on now? We've had a fight, that's it.
Oh, the rolls
Goodness.
are awful tonight. This isn't even funny.
Oh,
I'm gonna need to see some papers.
Well, we don't have any paper.
Do I have my certificate? My degree certificate?
Yeah.
Is that a thing I carry? Yeah.
Yeah, you
I'll hand that over to him then.
Okay. He sort of looks.
I left mine in my other tux.
Oh, a wizard. She's a wizard.
You're a
Hands
wizard.
back your certificate. And what is someone from Slanik doing all the way in the Empire? May I ask?
Again, I wanted to visit the libraries. I'd read most of the books in Slanik and I've been travelling about since, trying to learn more things.
He sort of stand aside and let you go through.
Thank you very much, sir.
You'll see my bit of paper as well.
No, I think we're okay.
No, you can see it. Really, look, it's really good.
No, we said it's okay. You can go through.
Aurora
Well,
tries
top
to
hat.
like shove Varel through, but probably not successfully.
Oh, but he didn't want to see the picture that she drew me. That's not very nice.
Oh, you mean what's her face? Do you know what? It's been so
Sasha.
long. That's the
He drew me
one,
that, He
Sasha.
didn't want to see it. What a dick.
Aye. No.
So,
The lovely guards are just doing their job. Now let's go through.
I thought we already had. Sorry.
I thought we were walking away from them.
Okay, so
Is that like all access bit of paper, Law?
No, it's just my degree.
freshwater degree?
Don't ask me, I haven't got a clue.
Okay.
It's the thing that allows me to practice magic.
You
I
need
do
a
magic,
paper
I
for
haven't
that?
got one.
Yeah.
Just because you dropped out of school, Hamish.
Excuse me.
Burn.
Yes.
That school was not for me, and that is not a magic I use nowadays. I'll have you know.
Okay. The magic I learnt from school. And
Well,
that's the only reason I know how to do magic. And
that mean-
when I graduated, I got given the certificate.
I learnt magic
with
through the
paper
hardships of life.
Don't argue.
Same.
Does that mean people who have bit of paper that say, "Oh, you can do magic," is better than people who can't do bit of paper that say?
I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying it's
Okay.
the reason I can do magic.
So without that paper,
I
you
had
couldn't
to-
do any magic.
I had
Yeah.
to teach myself to survive, Lord. That's the difference. I would have liked to have Go on, Vorl, what?
We've got to protect that bit of paper because without it, she can't do magic, and then we're screwed.
Why
Well,
don't you
it
look
doesn't-
after it for me? And she sort of hands it out to him.
Okay, I'll put it with my other bit of paper. Fold it up nicely. And put it in one of the many pouches I've got somewhere.
It's good quality paper. That'd be good to wrap Wester's sausages in, you know.
No, we gotta keep it safe. It's her magic paper. I'm gonna keep it very safe with Sasha's picture.
Okay, you do that, Vorl. That's very sweet.
I will. Thank you, Law. I'll guard it with my life. Which seems to go up
Miss
and down quite a lot when we're having a fight, so it might not be that safe, to be honest.
Hamish is
I'm
going to
sorry
look
if I've
over
upset
to
you, Hamish.
Oberon. No, it's fine, but I will turn to Oberon and just shake my head. Wait, Redwood? I thought it was red
Sorry.
brick.
Yeah, no, ignore me. Grr.
We're heading to Redwood.
I had Redwood for my...
Oh shit, we've gone too far!
It wasn't in the Empire at all, they moved it.
Whole woods.
So,
Hey,
is there anything
With
you
magic,
guys are
who
doing
knows?
on the second side of the walk?
just keeping an eye on Oberon, making sure that he's still kind of okay, as he doesn't want to eat.
Yeah.
Just seeing if there's any kind of effects getting closer to this place is having on him, really. Just keep an eye on.
Okay.
Are there any effects?
I mean, any other than just the general, maybe, you know, anxious to get there, stuff like that. No, there
Yeah,
doesn't seem to be
so-
anything abnormal.
Have you guys lost
Oh,
your
my-
exhaustion as well?
You are?
Would
Yeah.
they've lost? You have lost your exhaustion. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you give me a piggyback, please, Paul? My legs are tired now.
You've walked the same. No, you've walked further because you're short. Oh yeah, okay, come on then.
Thank you very much. I'll hop on. Here.
Be careful you don't squish Jeffrey.
Oh, well, he's fine. And what I'll do is I'll get my beard and just flop it over Vorl's head, his
I've
bald
got
head,
hair.
and so it looks like he's got hair. But there's a little gerbil sat on the top of it.
Oh,
There
that's
you
so cute. That's so cute.
There's some artwork for you.
That's awesome.
Okay, Laura, are you doing anything?
No. Just kind of watching everyone, making sure everyone's okay.
The scholar over there, la-di-da, degree.
They're like bad blood between you.
Well, it just seems that came across like her magic is better than mine and Oberon's because they've got a piece of paper that says so. When I think the hardships of life, trying to survive, has taught me magic as well, albeit a different sort.
Isn't it just different type of magic? Hers is more kind of boom, kind of explosive, isn't it? So it's more dangerous, and yours is more kind of helpful and friendly. Is that not how it is?
And when was boom, kacha, boom magic considered more valuable than helpful magic?
Well, not valuable, but maybe more dangerous. Because if you go And you might kill someone.
That's true.
So maybe it's because of that. It's like a license to kill almost. They have to make sure that you're not a dick before you can do that kind of magic.
Oh my god.
What's wrong, Resta?
Nothing. Nothing.
I missed that one.
Yeah. Well,
Continue on.
maybe I could have done it one day before, but it was the Academy of the Wild. It was not for me. No
You're happy
chance.
with your magic that you have, Hamish, and we're happy.
I'm very
It's
happy with it.
many
Like,
times.
like I say, that all that wild stuff, not for me. No.
And hey, if you hadn't learnt your magic, Law would be dead right now. It's a teamwork. We're all in it together. We all have our sides.
Right. How close are we to? Do you know how far away we are, Wester?
We're quite far.
1 day, 2 days.
3 days? 9?
Let me just ask my guard.
DM, how far away are we?
3, 9. Hey, we should miss some numbers. I can't count
You're
great.
you're about a day's walk from Joheim, which is the capital of the Empire. And then from Joheim, you're about about half a day or so from the forest, which expands out.
Do we see
So-
any people as well? While we're traveling?
We're about
right?
a day and a half from Orheim and then half a day from the forest.
I would say you're
Wanna stop in
probably,
Joheim?
if you wanted to head a little bit east of where you are, you could go to Coidenwilt, which is a small town. Let me just get up right
Wait.
here.
Wester, where's a good place to kind of stay and maybe get other jobs for money?
I mean, Capital is always looking for work. So maybe there. I don't know. Depends if you guys like the city.
Lots of people go through the capital too.
Exactly.
I think we should go there for a night rest.
You gotta be careful though. They have some really, really weird laws there. Not you law, of course, like LW.
What kind of weird laws?
Yeah, what kind of...
No, like you can't move statues, even though sometimes people say they move. There's also
Why would
you
you want to
can't
statue?
look at a white pigeon. It's weird stuff.
Why would you want to move a statue?
Why can't you look at a white pigeon?
Only one question at a time. People like to move statues because sometimes they put cones on the head of statues. The hat and white pigeons. I don't know.
Well, I don't plan on moving statues, so we'd be fine.
No idea.
And if I
Tell
see
me
a
What
Did
happens
you
if you
say-
accidentally look at a white pigeon? Then you get fined even though it was an accident.
Well,
they'd have to prove you looked at it.
well,
Yeah, how do they prove that
how
that you
about
looked at the white pigeon?
Did you see that
Do
white
you
pigeon?
want to
No,
try
what
it?
white pigeon?
you try it? But I warned you.
Well, no, if they ask you, did you see that white pigeon? You just go, what white pigeon?
Exactly.
And then you can say, you saw the white pigeon, so you need to be fined.
Or
That's it.
maybe the white pigeon is an anomaly for something else.
Maybe the white pigeon is the one that talks to you and say, did you see me? But in a pigeon
There you
voice,
go.
I can't do a pigeon voice. What did that say?
Just what's going on?
We're talking
Talking
pigeon,
about
we're still
weird
talking pigeon.
laws.
This is
Do
how
you
you
remember
lot
that
sound when you
bar?
were talking about the squirrels.
What squirrel? No, there's no squirrels law, we've already sorted that.
Oh,
Keep
do you
up.
remember the angry pigeon, the bar? Do you remember the angry pigeon? Oh, that was a good bar.
Well, there might be another angry pigeon in this place, but it's white, so we've got to be careful not
Oh.
not look at it. I reckon we go
Oh.
there though. If it's a busy place, we could go there, stay the night, have a rest, then
I would
carry
say
on
you,
to
you
forest.
guys, as you are coming to the end of the second day, you are a day's travel from the capital.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
We could stay one night, then go there the next day, restock on supplies, do a bit of shopping, a bit of
there is.
questioning.
I would say there is a small town called Coiderwilt, which is just slightly east of you.
Coyowilt.
Shall we reach Coidenwilt?
Yeah.
Coyowilt. We could go. What's in Coyowilt?
It's
we
like a
could-
farming town. It's really little.
We could stay at an inn there. We don't have to worry about watchers and wolves.
But if we went to the city, we could. We could do.
We're
other
still a
stuff.
day away from the city, though.
Oh.
Is
We'll
there
go
a
to this
guild
town
in
first and then
Coidenwilt?
go to the city next.
Oh, okay, yes. In case we get attacked by wolves again outside.
Yes.
Good idea.
Okay, so
I really
what's
should
the
have
plan?
spoken of a truth.
We're gonna go to
Coidenwilt.
Coidenwilt.
You go
Coyowilt.
to Coidenwilt?
Coyowilt, yes, we'll go there.
Mhm.
Okay, so let me just move this over here then.
Two longer words I can't say, so I have to shorten them down, so it's just Coyowilt. I'm sorry.
Vorlal, you don't have to apologise. You do so much for all of us.
No, I was explaining to the voice in the sky, but I did it in my voice instead of
Coi-
my voice, and I don't know why.
Coidenwilt is just one word.
I know, but it's
You
Coyowilt.
you got to be careful. You don't end up speaking like Vorlal just out and about. Just
Oh, answer the phone at work. Hello.
I'll have a Big Mac and large fries and
Okay,
Yeah.
so you guys head to Coidenwilt. As you get there, as Wes has said, it is a fairly small town. It is slightly bigger than Red Brick. As you're going through, there does seem to be a tavern/inn, or a free house where you guys can stay. There's a baker's, a butcher's, a general store, a stables, a blacksmith's, and a guard station.
what's it look like?
Sorry, tavern, bakers, butchers. General store.
stables.
You had us at the
blacksmiths, and guard
tavern.
station.
Hamish, there's a tavern.
Yeah, so the way it's sort of set out is all top the north side of the town is just filled with different types of farms. You've got animal cages and pens on one side. The other side is growing sort of wheat, and other produce. And then coming down south from the farms, you've got all of the farmhouses, and not so much factories, but large buildings that sort of sort out all of the produce and get them packaged and sent down to the shops, which are sort of scattering the middle of the town. Then going south, there is not really a housing district, but a lot of where the houses are built are all sort of south of the town. Yeah, so the tavern would be in the centre of the town.
I think from a strategic point of view, we should visit the centre of the town to get a good view of everything around it, and that just so happens to be the tavern,
Beautiful.
where they serve beverages and meals all day long, I believe.
The tavern is the hub of information. So
Yes.
let's.
And information is what we need.
Varel's just like a walking ad.
You guys head to the
I've
centre of the
still got my
town.
cane out, right? Still spinning that around.
You guys head to the centre of the town, and sort of in the centre, as the main centrepiece, there is a very, very large, what looks to be very old oak tree. It is surrounded by a dry cobblestone wall. On the inside, there are patches of mushrooms and different colour flowers, fungi, and lichens. Sort of going up the tree, the bark is very, very rough. A lot of this started to crack and fall off the tree. The tree being a good 15 foot tall. Around the outside of the dry cobblestone wall, there are a couple of benches that are painted almost a stained black colour. It seems very, very clean here. A very respected area. The tavern as you head over, which seems to be facing the tree, the door faces the tree, is called Ecoid. I'll write that in chat for you guys.
How very Welsh.
I've remembered it in my head.
Okay. So, ecoid, which Wester, you would know from growing up here, means the tree.
There you go. I don't know Welsh, but I know halfling.
Which is, yeah. It's not
Almost.
far.
Basically the same.
Why code? Shall we go into why code then?
Let's go into the Y code.
Ecoid.
Yeah, well,
Fucking get you.
I've been out a while.
Is there a plaque or anything on the wall around the tree saying a bit about the tree, or is it just?
Yeah, so if you go, there's a small wooden plaque that basically says Ecoid, the tree. And in general, there was a myth that the person who started this town, not long after the Century War, found this tree. They were very, very ill. They'd been very, very exhausted from walking, and after the war, they came across this large tree in the middle of nowhere that, even though it was an oak tree, was growing apples, and the apples saved them from death. And from that, they built a town around the tree and protected the tree with the dry cobblestone wall. That is just a myth. Obviously, there doesn't seem to be any proof of that, and it's an oak tree, not an apple tree, so it's very unlikely. But that's sort of the plaque and the myth of Ecoid.
Okay.
Mushrooms pretty
Quite a-
colour.
You up?
Are the mushrooms that are growing around it pretty colours, or are they just white?
No, there's a couple of white ones. They seem to be like the little blob ones, foam ball ones. There are a couple of sort of beige brown coloured ones. There's nothing that's too out there in colour. There are a couple of lichens. There are sort of an orangey green colour. There are a couple of flowers there. Some of them are red. There's some tulips. A couple of daffodils.
What's the general kind of countryside like? Is it generally pretty like this with wildlife around, or is it kind of dead and this is an oasis in the middle of nowhere, so to speak?
No, I mean, it's quite cold, and these have obviously been, the flowers themselves have obviously been planted here, but as you're walking through the countryside of the Empire, you do see that there are huge, vast fields of ferns, lavender plants. It is very, very picturesque. There's a lot of nature. A lot of it seems to be very samey, and huge fields of the same types of flowers and plants. But it does grow in heaps. So to see a lot of this sort of wildlife, it's not unusual.
Yep.
Hmm.
It's quite nice, this place.
Some would say it's a shire.
Aye.
That's the type of horse, yeah?
Will we head
Oh,
into
but-
the tavern then, folks?
Ugh.
Shire horse would be huge for you, Wester. You'd be like same size as its head.
We'll have like sometimes they're called Shetland ponies, but they're about that big, and we ride them. They're really cool, but they're
I think it'll be quite funny if you rode a whippet. I think that may be quite funny.
oh, if we ever found a whippet, and I'm not too heavy.
I'm just going to walk into the tavern giggling at the idea of Wester on a little pony.
Okay.
Charging
So
into battle.
As you walk into Ecoid, there is a halfling there, female. Oh, hi, welcome to Ecoid. How can I help you?
Pint o brains o sgwelwch yn dda. No.
I don't know
No,
this halfling.
I've never heard of brains before. I mean, well,
No.
I've heard of brains, but I'm assuming you're asking like an alcohol or something. We don't actually have a brains alcohol. That's a very strange
No.
drink name, actually. I don't know where you're from, but welcome
No.
anyway. We do have a couple of things.
Right.
We've got some whiskey, if you want some whiskey. You look like a whiskey drinker.
Done. I'll have a whiskey, please.
Got it, sweetheart. Anything
I-
else for the rest of you?
I'm still trying to get over the shock of Hamish drinking brain. That's really disgusting, Hamish. Are you
Very
the grave?
No.
acquired taste, probably.
He's the grave robber.
Listen, we've got
I was-
we've got a new cider in. If anybody's interested in trying the new cider, it's called
I
the
was
Black
being out
Dragon.
of character Welsh.
I'll try that.
One black dragon, okay.
What's
Black Dragon.
cider?
Cider.
Is it a dragon or is
It's
it a
made
rat?
out of the apples. Yes, we've got an orchard at the back that was apparently planted by the ecoid apple. I don't believe in all that, but it's a beautiful story, I tell you, Matt.
Yeah,
Anyway, yes, we have the orchard, so we make our own ciders, and it's a 7.2%.
Yes, we'll have some. We'll have some.
Yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, but I got to say that story. What a load of shite. There's no way. There's no fucking way.
Hamish.
I
What?
will give Hamish the biggest elbow to like
We're
shut up.
guests in a different place. You can't be rude.
Sorry,
It's all right
sorry.
there, lovely. We have so many people coming down. None of them actually believe the story. To be fair, none of us really actually believe the
Oh,
story.
really?
Don't we all? But you know, it's a nice enough story. It's like an origin story for this town. You know, we're a really small town, so to have like a myth like this really does bring in like a lot of visitors. Anyway, I will get you those Black Dragon ciders now.
I've never heard of this place. It can't be that good of a myth.
She sort of toddles off
Well,
and leaves you guys for a little while, and then comes
Hamish,
back
you
out.
can't just shout at people when they try to tell you stories.
well, to be honest, Forrel, I've seen like a fucking space cafe in the past 2 days. You know, it's to me that's amazing. But a lie about an apple tree that's actually an oak tree, it doesn't really float my boat.
But at least you can touch the cider and the apples in the tree. That space cafe thing, I still think we were all just dreaming. You couldn't actually touch anything. Even the cookies didn't fill me up. They were tasty, but they didn't really fill me up. How did I just do that? That's all.
Hamish, can I ask you a question?
I didn't even
You
touch
can,
anything. I
Westel.
did a persuasion check.
Did you respect me?
Do I respect you?
Yeah.
I do, Westar. Of course I do. Why'd you say that?
Can you please respect my culture too? Thanks.
This is where you're from. Are you from this Coiden with?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is your home.
Oh.
You live here.
Well, it is now,
You-
apparently.
Oh, why don't we go
So-
to your house then? We don't have to sleep in a random place.
Westar, I'm so sorry. I did not know. It's still bollocks, but I did not know. I'm sorry.
My brother and sister used to pick apples from the tree, so I know about it. But no, let's not go.
Well,
see
I
Mum
hate
and
to
Dad.
break it to you, Westar, but they were fucking lying to you.
I thought there was
That's
a
an
holy
oak
tree.
tree.
You can't pick from holy trees. They'll cut your hands off for that.
That's an oak tree. No,
it's an
Westar,
apple
I'll tell
tree.
you
It's
straight.
apple.
You're a friend, so I'll tell you straight, but I'm sorry, but your whole town is a lie.
Well, Hamish, we can talk about it later.
I don't know, Hamish just
Sorry.
a stirring pot and then just walks away.
So, are we staying in the tavern or not?
Well, if Wes has got a house, we can
Oh,
stay
you
in his
can get it
house.
for free.
Not go home.
It's a
Why?
bathroom.
Well, Dad's away blacksmithing for the Empire, and Mum's really sick, so maybe not.
We can look after them.
Insight check, load of bollocks.
Sure. Go ahead and make an insight check. Wester secretly messaged me either an insight or a deception check, depending on whether you're lying or not, please.
Is Wester lying?
But did you want a deception or a persuasion?
Yeah, depending on whether you're lying or not, just secretly to me.
Is his
12.
dad really a blacksmith? Is his mum really ill? Find out soon.
I mean,
Are they talking a load of shit?
seems to be telling the truth.
That's
Right,
blacksmith
okay.
came to make some stuff.
Okay. Sorry, I haven't had my drink yet, so I'll get a bit, for lack of a better
It's a
term,
lovely place.
rude and grumpy. So
Have a sausage.
let me have my drink.
Have a sausage.
No, oh, we're very low on sausages, to be honest. I'm starting to. I think I should save them for a special occasion, to be honest.
Maybe they
Maybe
sold
the
something.
tavern
Out of a
sells
packet and lights it
sausages.
up.
Yeah, they might have sold me here.
You there, bar staff person?
Lovely bar lady.
Yes. What was your name again?
Oh, my name's Anne Wen.
Anne Wen.
Anne Wen,
Right.
yes.
When, Anne?
Oh. Anne Wen.
Also,
And
talking
when-
of, here are your ciders. She still gives one to Varel, Oberon, Lord, Wester. And here's your whiskey. She sort of hands you a small glass of whiskey that's got about three shots of whiskey in there.
Thank you very much. Do you sell food? Do you do like? Do you know what? I fancy a bit of a change. Do you do like a broth?
Oh, we
Like,
do. We do this really nice broth called, Bubble and Squeak. We've got leek and potato soup if you want something like that. We have, we
Whoa.
have coid
Squeak.
Bubble and Squeak, yes.
There's no gerbils in there.
Oh, no. No, of course not. Of course there's no gerbils in it.
Well, squeak. How do you make it squeak?
I mean, it doesn't actually...
That's a Varel question.
Uh,
Is everything in this town a complete lie?
Hamish, it's the sound it makes when it's cooking. Like, from the
Squeak.
fat that comes out.
Oh,
You know, I've
it's not
downed
the
the
squeak.
cider she's brought out while Hamish is questioning that. What's it like? Is it nice?
You guys are very interesting.
I'll have the squeak.
Okay,
No
one
bubble, just
bubble and squeak for...
Yeah, I'll have the gerbil soup and whatever else my friends are having here.
Well, I was going to say, we also have a rarebit, if anybody's interested in the rarebit.
What's a rarebit?
The rarebit, think like fancy cheese on toast.
Oh, I thought you said rabbit. I thought it was going to be those little rabbits that we saw bouncing around with the little horns on them. I
No,
thought
not
you had one there.
rabbit, not rabbit, rarebit.
So,
Yes, so we
a
have
rare
we have
bit, a rare bit of what?
Well, we have a very specialised piece of cheese that we melt in a pan, and we add some sauce to it. We add some mustard to it.
And frogs.
we had
And
a couple of
frogs as
other-
well.
No,
Do you have
no,
any bacon?
no.
Make it ribbits.
We can add
Yeah, put
bacon
some
to
bacon
it,
with it. Yeah, put
and what we
bacon.
do is
Don't
then
have meat with it.
we make some toast, and then we slather on this mixture of cheese and other stuff onto it. We put it into the kiln for a little bit to just bake.
And the frog.
Why? There's no frog,
Frogs.
Hamish.
There's no frogs.
Why is it called Why is it called ribbit then? That doesn't make it.
Not
Nothing makes
ribbit.
sense in this town.
Ribbit.
Nothing makes sense.
Oh,
It's a
dear
rare rabbit
Christ.
of frog.
We will have one bubble and squeak,
Right,
4
One gerbil soup,
rabbits.
right.
4 ribbits.
They can't be that rare if there's 4 of them.
Thank you very
Well-
much, and we'll also take 2 rooms, please. Thank
And
you.
3 frog sandwiches and 2 soups.
And
Gerbil
some
soup.
more drink as well, please.
Oh. You're and she sort of starts pointing over to Wester. You're the Cloud Brushes kid, aren't you?
Yes!
But,
How's your mother doing? I know she wasn't very well last time I asked.
Probably know more than I do.
She's
Yes,
in on
I
it as
haven't-
well, Voro.
I haven't spoken to her in a little bit of time. I should pop over there though. I was gonna make her some food and go and see how she was. Maybe tidy up the house a little bit for her. I know she does need the help at the moment. I'll pop over there tomorrow, I think. I haven't seen your father in a little while either. How's he doing?
You'll probably know better than I do.
Well, I'll see if he's there tomorrow as well, darling. So, 2 rooms.
Are you sleeping
4
with him?
rabbits and Bubble and Squeak. All right. So altogether, we'll just put that at. Let's go 5 gold for the lot of it.
I'll cover it.
oh, thank you, Lol.
Oh,
you, Lord.
I'll
you are.
front it. It's my hometown. I'll front the bill.
No,
good.
Wester,
Discount,
I've
Wester.
got it, honestly.
But Wester gets a halfling discount.
And I pass over 5 gold to the lady.
Oh, thank you, lovely. So,
Thank
yes,
you.
find a seat and I bring out all the food in a second when it's ready. I've just got to heat up the Bubble and Squeak, and I usually make the rarebit from scratch, so it should be about 15 minutes. But I tell you, it's
Thank you.
delicious.
And you got to
As
catch
long
it,
as the
'cause it's
gerbils,
rare.
I know, and as long as the gerbils are killed humanely,
Yeah.
I won't stand for it
There
otherwise.
There is no
There's no
gerbil.
It's okay.
Law,
Just let
you've
it.
heard.
Right, well, I'll be back. And she sort of turns around and shuffles off towards the kitchen. So, yeah, as you look around, this is a very small, quaint tavern. It has.
Cozy.
It doesn't have a fireplace or anything. It's got more of a fire pit in the back wall. There are only about 5 or 6 tables round the house that holds only about 4 or 5 chairs per table. There is a set of stairs in the back right-hand corner that leads up to the second floor, where there are only 3 rooms available.
Lovely cozy.
There are candles at the central reach of the table, and just like a handful of daffodils on the central reach of the table, in what seem to be old, not in use wine bottles that are filled with water to hold the flowers. Up on the wall there are pictures and paintings of the towns throughout the age. Very quaint, very small, and yeah, what would you guys like to do?
Do any of those photos show apples on the tree?
As you look around, there doesn't seem to be any apples on the tree.
I'll point to Wester. I'll just go, look, see, no apple, no apple, no apple. Do I need to go on?
Maybe they just forgot to draw them in.
While we're talking about the oak tree, apples may not grow on it, but acorns do.
They
Very
do.
insightful.
That's true. Well done. See, the degree wasn't wasted on you, Law.
Referring to the fact that all the gravestones that were being dug up had acorns inscribed on them.
Oh, yes, you're right.
That's
You
a
are
long way for
totally
a
right.
squirrel to carry a lot of acorns, though.
But are you just going to jump to this conclusion every time you come across a fucking tree?
No, I just wondered if Wester perhaps knew anything of significance about the acorn or oak trees, or that might perhaps have given us a clue.
No, that makes perfect sense. I see your logic.
I mean,
see
even
it.
if I
You're
did,
smart.
I'm a little bit offended by Hamish's kind of disrespect, so
Oh,
I'm
get
going to keep
over
quiet
it.
on this one. I'm going to keep quiet on this one.
It's okay, Wester. He has his moments. It's because he's hungry and thirsty. He loves you, really.
I do. I like you, Esther, a lot. I'm just not too sold on your town.
How come you haven't been back here for so long as well?
I can tell why.
Well, I studied at the Twilight Academy, so I'm a pretty long way and just... Oh, I've made it back.
Oh, have you got a certificate for magic as well?
I don't do magic like that. Magic isn't my, primary thing.
But
More
Did you
of
get
like
kicked
a-
out?
yeah, I thought academy and school
And now
was the same thing.
you're ashamed to return to your family to say that, oh, by the
Is-
way, I got kicked out from
That's
that
a
school
very,
that I
very
went to.
big leap there, Oberon. A very big
Oberon's
leap.
never wrong. Oberon is normally right about everything. So you could tell us the truth.
Is that a dig, Oberon?
You want to take it as a dig?
I'll choose
The
to
mood-
ignore the disrespect from 2 people, but no, I passed school. Really good.
That's good.
Have you got one of those degrees?
You would have a certificate from the university, yes.
Look, see,
passed?
it's right here.
Do you want me to look
I'll
after it in
turn, I'll
case you
turn
can't
my
do it?
shield round. I have it kind of put on with some tree sap on the inside of my shield that I have. See?
Oh,
That's a good.
I do
What
wish-
happens if you lose your shield? Because I mean, you can't do magic.
No, it's that I'm not allowed to do magic within certain parameters. But, yeah, it's
I
a
wish
bit of
I
a
had
weird
one of
one.
those
She has
degrees.
a bit of magic. You got magic's really confusing. I
Lord's
prefer
gonna
just hitting
hug Hamish, or at least put an arm around him, try and comfort him.
Don't know. It just seems after all the work I've put into it because I don't have the paper to prove it, it's almost pointless. Aye.
Get your one Hamish at the city.
Do you
It's not
think
pointless,
it makes you better?
Hamish.
Yeah, it makes you better that you've done it by yourself. Didn't need help, you did it by yourself.
Thank you, guys. I'm sorry I offended your town, Wester.
It's fine, it's a bit, not the best.
I've just been put in a bit of a bad mood since that fancy piece of paper got flashed in my face.
Oh, hell, isn't that our food coming?
No.
Oh no, that's a different table.
No, Wester, you're forced to talk to me.
Paper isn't flashy. It's merely restrictions on what we can and cannot do.
Oberon could
There
make
was
it
a-
flashy.
Time before schools when magic was limitless, and now I can only do what I was taught in school. You don't have those restrictions. You could learn to do anything, and that is far more impressive than anything I've done.
You
And
could
anything
fly.
I can do.
You could fly, Hamish.
Well, it's quite something to hear that, considering my past. No one's ever said that to me before. And you will see, for the very first time, a single tear from Hamish's eye.
I believe he did cry at the tankard the other day as well, so...
Did he? Oh, bollocks.
First time I've seen Hamish cry.
I think it's time to get him drunk now.
Yeah,
I will-
so I've still got my arm comforting you.
I'll
It's okay.
smile it, open my pack, and take out a really cold sausage and like try and give it to Hamish on the sly.
What, just like force it in his mouth
No,
unexpectedly? Instead of just jabbing it.
There's really raw old sausage here.
No,
Say,
this
"Aw."
this morning. This is what the
On
heart
the
of
sly,
Wes's breakfast were.
sneaking it into his mouth.
So like, "Ugh." No, it's like in school when you used to pass notes. He's like passing it like that, going.
We get Hamish
Oh,
yawns last next. Ugh.
Oberon's just polishing off the cider as he watches this all unfold.
Yeah, how does the cider
Can't
taste?
save and throw.
How does the cider taste? Because I've downed one and Oberon's downed one now.
It is. Although it is very word, it's 7.2%, so it's very
Weak.
for cider.
Hey, it's not vodka.
7.2 is heavy for cider. It tastes almost like apple juice with a little twang.
Okay.
This is gonna be really, really bad for Oberon because he won't be able to
Nice.
tell if he's drunken too much or not.
Oberon, do you like it?
Oberon's allergic to apples.
No, I meant that he has really low constitution and he can't tell how alcoholic this cider is.
It tastes very, very much like apple juice with a twang.
Yeah.
There's really not much. It doesn't taste alcoholic.
That's
which-
very refreshing.
Could drink another one. It doesn't
Yeah, I
taste
think we
like
should get some more.
it's strong
Get
at
them
all.
in bigger cups though. These ones are quite small.
Oh, it is very alcoholic, even though it doesn't. It tastes. I know it doesn't taste alcoholic, but it is. You may be alright with another couple. Pointing towards Burrell. You, on the other hand, maybe not so. But I
My
can get-
friend has fought death in the face and is quite capable of holding a drink or two.
Alright, I warned you. Oberon, what's your con modifier?
-1.
Okay.
Are you sure about that bottle?
She brings out another cider for Varel and Oberon, this time being roughly 1.5 pints from what you asked for. Oberon, go ahead and make a constitution saving throw with disadvantage. Varel, what's
Disadvantage.
your
Oh my god.
constitution modifier?
I would have gotten a nat 20 if that was.
Nice. Oh, you had disadvantage shit. I missed
Yeah.
it. Sorry.
Let's see. Okay, you're
11.
fine. Oberon, you feel really, really warm, but at the moment you're feeling okay. At the moment you're
It's
feeling okay.
fine.
It's lovely. It's really good.
Yeah.
Anyone else have an headache?
I've still got my one here. I think I'm gonna take it easy tonight.
Oh,
Can I do you for another one then, or do you think you've had enough now?
oh, we haven't eaten yet, so you got to keep it coming until we finished eating.
Alright, well, don't be sick in my bar, please. She goes
Why is
back
the food
and
that bad?
and she gets you another cider. Varel at this point I'm going to need both Varel and Oberon to go ahead and make con saving
3
throws.
before the meal? How slow are they cooking this food?
Well, they're making the rarebit from scratch, which is about 20
They've got to
25
catch the
minutes.
gerbils.
Varel and
Let's
Oberon, I'm assuming, are downing these.
Are we open? Are we downing these quick?
Yes.
Probably because they taste like apple juice. Oberon just doesn't it doesn't compute that.
Twig.
And the twist is quite tasty. It gives a little bit of a kick. So yes, we probably
Yeah.
would be okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
Oberon
as
and
she
drinking.
puts them down, she does go back and she does bring out the food, which has been about 20 minutes since she ordered. It smells amazing. Hamish, you know what is in it? Your bubble and squeak, but you definitely see dumplings. You see leeks, some sort of meat, which you're not quite sure what it is. But it smells really, really good. The rest of you get a huge serving of basically cheese on toast, but there are different smells coming from. It's not just cheese on toast. There's a lot of other extra ingredients. And as you take a bite, there's almost a kick to it, which would be the mustard and the mustard seeds sprinkled over the top. But it's really good.
Can I whisper to Oberon without anyone else hearing? I want to ask him, can you make images appear? Can you make things appear that aren't really there?
No, I
Go
can only
ahead.
make things light up or kill things.
I thought it'd be really funny if we made like a hamster head come out of Hamish's food.
Oh, that would have been so good. That would have been so good.
So
Oh, I wish I knew that magic.
Go ahead and make me a con saving throw with disadvantage. Varel, go ahead and make a con saving throw. 3.
Oh yeah.
Varel, you can drink a lot more. This is definitely having an effect. It's definitely a lot more alcoholic than the normal ciders and beers that you're used to, but you're still pretty good. Oberon, after your 3rd drink, you're seeing double.
Is he starting to sway? Can we see Oberon starting
Yeah,
to?
you just sort of looking off into the distance, chuckling to yourself over what Varel just said, just swaying back and forth. You're pretty fucking pissed at this point.
Oberon, maybe have
Hey
some
Meg,
food.
it's like you.
I am a notorious lightweight.
I would love
I
to see
can't.
you. I would love to see you after a thing of Black Dragon. Next time we'll go. You have to have at least one.
See, I knew it. It was based on the plough, wasn't it?
Yes, of course. Well,
It just saves you money. Though,
I was
that's
going
all.
to say the actual tavern isn't. The drink is.
Yeah.
Have some food, Oberon. It might I think that's kicking in a bit.
I have twice as many food as the one it just appeared.
Enjoy it
Like
all.
a centipede.
Right, I'm cutting you off. You've had enough. I did warn
It's
you.
alright. I'll keep an eye on him.
As my soup broth gets colder, I'm gonna put Jeffrey in it.
In it.
Take it
In it?
in the gerbil in the broth, right? I'm gonna go. Excuse me, bartender.
Yes. What is it? Oh, for
I
fuck's
thought you
sake! Get out!
No, I thought you said there were no gerbils
Right.
in the soup, and
Listen.
lo and behold,
Listen here, and she sort of grabs you by the ear. Don't come in here trying to scam me. How dare you? My bubble and squeak does not have gerbils. I saw you just put
Squeak.
that damn gerbil in the fucking broth. You can eat it.
How
So
does it
let's-
squeak without
Let's
it?
go with your ear.
oh,
Overall,
Okay.
tucks at Hamish, going.
I'm sorry. Right, okay.
Which
sorry.
Hamish, though?
I'm like slightly off from Hamish.
Just slightly off. I'll just blow on Jeffrey, dry him off, put him back in my beard, and go. Sorry, would you mind just heating up my soup for me? Thank you.
No, you can have it cold.
I paid good money for this.
And you just dipped your gerbil in the soup. Can eat it as it is. Any hairs and
I
all.
paid good
Sorry.
money for this.
This is saying you just dipped your gerbil.
Well, okay, all right. I'm sorry. I'm just having a bit of fun here, you know. God.
Wester, where did you meet these people? I swear, you used to be a good lad when you were younger. Now look who you hang around with.
We're just blown off steam. We've been on the road for ages.
I'm still good. I've just. been
Wester
away
is the
doing-
best one of us all.
Oh, I wouldn't be.
He keeps us in
surprised.
check. Keeps us in check, you know.
She sort of
We're
looks
just having.
Taylor up and down.
It's his night off. It's his night off, you know, and this is what happens.
Sort of
I'm
heads
sorry.
back
Sorry.
I
behind the
apologise.
bar.
I apologise.
Wester will kind of just push his rare bit away in his drink. He's just like observing everybody else not eating it.
You don't want it, Wester?
I'm free to take it.
I don't want to.
I'll have it.
Nice. Yeah, it's very nice.
Oh,
We just dish it
hold
up
on.
between us three. It's like vultures just landing on the plate, taking what we can.
All three of our hands at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry, Lord, did you want some? As we're stuffing
No,
it in
I'm
our mouth.
good, thank you.
This is really good, Rabbit.
Okay. And with the evening depleting, or the day depleting, turning into evening, good food and alcohol friends in this small tavern, it slowly gets a little bit busier from some of the workers, but not excessively busy. That's where we're going to end today's episode. And we'll pick up next week in Coed and Wilt, in Ecoed Tavern, and see what mischief they get up to next week. And yeah, I'm very excited. I haven't told you guys this yet, so this is more for you guys. I am going to be creating a cookbook with recipes of all of the meals that you guys have eaten throughout the campaign.
oh, gerbil soup. Go on.
With gerbil.
There's
Oh,
gonna
was it
be-
ice cream?
I was like, yeah, there's
Holding
gonna
it
be,
by the horn.
I was saying, what's it called? Good brie ice cream.
It shows how to make a little fake gerbil head, so it just floats on top of the soup.
Yeah, beautiful.
Little
Gerbil
dumplings.
croutons.
Yeah, oh, little dumplings made to look like the
Yep.
little heads.
There you go. You
There will be
There's-
bubbles,
there's
there
your
will be
squeak.
rabbit, there will be the ghost soup.
Oh
Mm.
dear.
So I'm going to be working on
Go
that
soup
throughout
with
the
a free
campaign.
dagger.
How
About
many
50
sausages are you
different types of
making?
sausage.
Do we get the free dagger with the ghost soup?
If you want to make a dagger bread, yeah. Yeah, I'm so excited to be doing that. So anyway, yes, we will be picking up from there next week. Same time here, so 7 PM at GMT +1. So thank you guys for joining us today. If you haven't followed already, make sure you follow so you get notified when we go live. We have got some awesome merch if you want to go check that out as well. And possibly consider subscribing because it really does help the channel out. It means that we're able to put more money into the channel and do some awesome stuff as well. So yeah, and we hope you have a great week. Have an awesome Halloween this weekend. Whatever you guys are doing for it. I know that I'm going to have a special session with Callum and Megan and Calum. So I got a thing for that, which will be very exciting. So yeah, I hope you have a great week. Stay safe out there, and we will see you next week.
Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you.